Yes, right, ladies and gentlemen, we're playing D&D. Finally, it's been an age. It really has been an age.
To the audience,
I've missed it.
No, it'll be a week.
For you guys at home, it's probably a week. For us, it's been many.
Has it been over a month?
No, I think
Probably
it's been like
no.
3 weeks.
I swear, is that it? It feels like
It
longer.
feels too long.
Well, yeah, to be fair, because we did go from playing it every Sunday
Yes.
to suddenly nothing.
Well, yeah.
As soon as I got a job, all of
Jesus.
a sudden we just couldn't. Oh.
Moral of the story: quit your jobs.
Yes.
Moral of the story: commit to that nerd shit in your life.
Hell yeah.
Never put it on hold.
So in terms of recap, I'm not actually hugely sure what happened in the last episode.
It's okay, because I know.
I know that you went through Midstone. You went through the town of Midstone, and got racially abused.
Yeah.
And you kept bumping into the bloke with the mask, and then you bumped into him finally, and the whole world started cracking, and everyone started disappearing, like in Avengers.
Yeah, he injected us with some fucking drugs.
Yeah.
And,
He
I
Thanos'd
forgot
you.
You lost part of your beard, didn't you?
Oh.
I didn't lose any of my fucking beard. To be fair, it's probably going back now in like the 3 minutes it's been.
Okay, are we ready to start? Like,
I'm so
This-
fucking ready. I have no spell slots. I'm so dead.
okay, before we start, I would like everyone to roll an initiative. Is it initiative?
Is that the order of combat?
Yes, everyone roll an
Then yes,
initiative.
it's initiative. Oh god.
Oh my god, I'm learning something about D&D. I know that initiative is order for combat. Oh my god. I'm infected. Hallelujah. I got
I got 16.
Okay.
13.
Well, I also have a 16.
Wait, is that all including your modifiers?
Yeah,
Yes,
because
yes.
I rolled a 17 minus 1.
Damn. Okay. Rozes and Fulgrim, could you please roll again to see who's first?
Hang
Or
on.
is-
Wait, hang on.
wait,
It'll be
Both the same one.
It'll be Rozes because his dex is higher than mine.
What is it?
Mine's minus 1.
Oh, okay, yeah. +0. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Okay, I can now finally, after
God.
nearly a month,
Oh god.
explain to you how this
Yes.
is gonna work.
Please.
1 million years.
Sorry, I'm just writing stuff down.
You can't just hype us up like that, Dylan.
Okay.
And just say sorry.
Yeah.
So, I am about to describe a scene to
Preferably.
Roses.
Perhaps.
However, I would like
Oh.
no. Whatever you do, please don't do that. However, it is also to Fulgrim, and it is also to Leoaver.
What the
Wait, that's us three guys.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Okay.
It's us,
Okay.
the party.
Now that that sounds like I'm explaining the same situation. Okay.
I don't like this.
But I just want you to know that this is just saving me from explaining the same thing 3 times.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
So this is all happening in separate locations.
Yes, you'll understand. Okay, so when I'm about to speak, I'm speaking to all 3 of you, even though it sounds like I'm only speaking to one person.
Okay.
Okay, complicated, I know.
No, I
It's
get
okay,
it.
we get it.
Okay, so all of you find yourselves disappearing, and it feels everything just kind of when you seem to disappear, everything just turns black. And it feels like hours you're in this darkness, this purgatory, you could say, and you're very lost. Like it feels like probably longer than it is because you find yourself very confused, very very scared, very just unsure of your surroundings.
It's like Ant-Man in the quantum realm.
Now, you, after a while, you kind of start to feel as if you are sitting down on a chair.
It's not gonna go up my ass, is it?
In this endless void, there is nothing but chair.
Okay, so you can feel that you're sat on a chair, and you begin to kind of become aware that you're not at this moment in a void or just in nothing. You slowly begin to realize that you're in a room, and you can't see. It doesn't feel like you're blindfolded or anything. There's
So we can't see even with dark vision.
No, everything is just black. You are.
Okay.
So
Magical darkness.
you just naturally come to the conclusion that you have been blinded in some way. You kind of. You can hear maybe a drip of water in the distance or creaks, but nothing to suggest that anyone could potentially be around. Now, as you wake up, you still cannot see, but you feel as though you've been asleep for months, and you awake feeling well rested. Get your spell slots back, boys.
Oh fuck!
What?
Oh my god!
Okay.
Ooh, wait, is this a long rest? Yeah.
Yes, you can have a long rest.
Oh my Jesus Christ! Holy fuck! Okay. Ooh, I was getting scared. Oh, I was scared.
Okay. However, you feel very dreary because you do feel like you've just been out for such a long period of time. Fulgrim, because you're so attuned to your facial hair, you feel that your beard has grown in a a tiny bit, not too much, but so
Beautiful baby.
eventually you kind of sitting in this chair for maybe 10-15 minutes. By the way, you're completely frozen. Your body is just locked in place. There's no chains or shackles on you. You're just in a wooden chair, and you just cannot move a muscle. Now, slowly, the darkness begins to fade, and you see these kind of glimmers of light. As you come to, you notice a very dark room. It is. You can all kind of see around the room. You're perfectly fine, but there's a couple candles on either side of you. Now, there's very little else in the room. You can kind of start to move your head and have a look around, and you see kind of these horrible stone walls, this dirty kind of half-broken bed with hay on your left, and a chamber pot on your right. And just ahead of you, there's kind of these thick iron bars, and then opposite, you see another, what you would describe as a cell. And you slowly become more conscious, and over the next 10 minutes, you kind of regain full consciousness. I'm gonna leave it to you guys. See what you're, because by the way, you're not in the same room.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, just to make it clear.
So, have you got a visual for that?
No,
Do we get le map?
no, you don't actually.
Fuck!
Oh,
I quit.
that's it. Session over. Thanks for joining.
I mean, I can make one if you really want, but
No.
oh, damn you. So, no, hang on. I forgot. This is how we're working it. Rozes.
Yes.
Because you rolled the highest initiative, is there anything? What are your thoughts? Are you going to try anything?
Can I I can get up?
As you attempt to move your body, you find you're still locked in place. You can move your head around, you can move your neck, but the rest of your body is kind of in this stiff, paralyzed state.
I'm a yell. I'm just gonna yell.
Okay. You start yelling, and you find no response. Fulgrim.
Yes.
As you come to, Yeah, everything the same stuff's happened. Sorry. Have you got any thoughts or any plans or anything?
Oh well, do they look like particularly strong iron bars? First off,
No, they look fairly. They look like thick
Busting
bars. Well,
out,
they look like
boys.
thick bars, but they don't look like they're fastened on particularly well.
okay, that's the point. I'm gonna pat around. Am I like have I got my armor and my weapons, or have I been stripped?
Okay, as you look down, you notice that you are wearing rags and you
Fuck.
have no weapons.
Fuck.
Apart from, you see your hand, because at this point you can't actually really. You can feel your body and your surroundings, but it kind of feels a bit numb. You notice that surrounding your right arm is your chain. The whip chain,
yep,
and it's kind of wrapped around you in as a snake would, and you can see it's kind of moving and kind of twisting very slightly.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah. Any?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Leoaver. Any thoughts or?
Right, I'm gonna pat myself down.
Yeah.
Check for my weapons.
Again, you notice that there are just there you. Again,
The fuck is a long.
you notice that you are just wearing these rags, and you have no weapons on you. However, this, unlike Fulgrim, you do not have a chain attached to your arm.
Okay. There's iron bars in front of me, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm gonna grab onto the bars.
Ah.
Start shaking them.
My friend, as you go to move, again, you cannot move. Your body is locked and frozen, sat in the chair.
Oh shit.
I'm just gonna yell out. And
Yep.
I'm gonna scream. Oh wait, scream is probably an exaggeration.
What do you scream? Tell me. Hey, oh.
Okay, so after you have all finished your antics, you are left kind of sat there very, again, still frozen, looking around, and all of a sudden you hear very loud footsteps coming. So if you can imagine, you're kind of in this cell, and there's a cell opposite you, and there's kind of a hallway in between the cells. Coming from, if you were to break out and turn left, there would you presume there would be a long hallway. You can hear footsteps coming from quite a far way down that hallway, and you can kind of hear a strange like squeaking, like a. To be fair, Rozes, Fulgrim, or Leoaver, are you going to act or do anything specific?
How far away is this noise coming from again?
You would say, like, maybe 30, 40 feet.
Okay, so not very far.
No,
Okay.
and the footsteps don't. The footsteps sound like they're just like leisurely walking. It doesn't sound like.
Okay, I'm going. Wait, so was it just Leoaver that was paralyzed? Like, could I move?
Oh no, sorry. You are all paralyzed and
Okay,
locked
so
in
I'm
position.
gonna do absolutely fucking nothing,
Okay, fair enough.
considering I cannot.
Yeah, Roses.
I don't think I can do anything.
Yeah, Leoaver.
Oh, I'm not gonna do anything.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Okay, so as the footsteps get closer and closer, it out from the dark hallway appears an elf.
Oh.
He's a very raggedy elf. He's a drow. That's the one. That's the one I'm trying to think of. Apologies. So you have a drow in kind of these raggedy cloaks. However, the thing that catches your eye more is a trolley that he's carrying. Now, on this trolley, each of you see all of your own armor and your weapons, and any other items that you have had in your inventory previously.
Okay.
He proceeds to unlock the door with a large iron key. Open the door, still not saying anything. Proceeds to put the trolley down. Is there anything you would like to do as this man walks in?
Whose cell is he currently in?
He's in all of your cells. This is. I'm doing this kind of parallel. So this is working.
Oh, okay. So do we know if we're in the same building? Like, can I see like Rozes across from me?
You can't. Okay. As you look across, you do not. You notice that no one else is in the cell opposite you, and you haven't heard anything to suggest that anyone else is in there.
So I didn't hear Rozes or Leoaver shouting.
No.
Fuck. Okay. All right. Okay.
Shit.
Yeah. So, all together as you parallel, this person walks in, and puts this trolley down. Is there anything between the three of you that you'd like to do?
I'm gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna look at him.
Okay.
And watch him.
Okay. Fulgrim?
I'm trying to figure out what I want to say. If I do. No, I'm gonna sit in silence and see what he does as well.
Okay.
Especially if I can't move.
Roses?
What's on the trolley?
All of your kind of weapons, armor, clothes, just anything, everything that's in your inventory.
Oh, I'm gonna talk to him. I'm gonna be like, oh, did you bring all this for me? Are you gonna let me weapons?
So he puts the trolley down, and as you say this, he kind of very, very slowly turns his head to you. So imagine, so he's come into the room and he's wheeled the trolley over to your right hand side. So he has his back turned to you, and as you say this, he kind of slowly turns his head, not all the way around, obviously, but kind of very slightly unnatural.
Owl.
It's quite unnatural the way he's turned his head, and he kind of does this hiss. He goes, and you notice that he has these sharp, jaggedy teeth, and he says nothing and proceeds to swiftly leave the room.
Why is he the
Jesus
weeaboo from primary school?
And okay, with Fulgrim and Leoaver, he does the same thing. He walks in on your right hand side, places down the trolley.
Sorry.
However, he just turns, looks at you, in his still kind of upright manner, and just leaves.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Can I try and fucking flex around a little bit, try and move see if I can move him yet?
You still are unable to move your body. Well, it's basically from your neck down. You're still completely paralyzed. You feel?
God damn it! So has he left? I'm gonna look to the right. Has he like left stuff there?
Yes. He's left all of your belongings and your
like just in case
there.
he came in to parade it around me.
No. He's left it all there, and
I've got your shit.
he went back out the cell and he turned right and carried on.
Did he lock the door behind him?
Yes, he did.
Fuck. Damn it! Foiled again.
Wait.
Okay. Oh, I just had an idea.
Okay.
Can I try and like? I know I can't move myself, but like, can I get the chain to kind of like snake out towards the like can I not like shove myself enough to like try and get the chain to move towards the bars?
How do you plan? How?
Oh, I know the chain itself is sentient, but I know I don't have any like mental like communication with it, so I'm just trying to like shift it a little, like as little as I can, just to try and nudge it in that general direction.
Well, your physical body.
I literally
is,
can't.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. No, your physical
try...
body is completely kind of stiff.
Can I not even try and like resist against it? Like...
No. I apologize. You can't. It's
be like the Rock in Fast and Furious when he flexes the castle.
Is there any other way you would like to?
Can I try and fucking mentally tell it to, like be like fucking move?
You could try.
Wait, actually, hang on. It listens to verbal commands, doesn't it?
You haven't actually tried that yet, but you're welcome.
I'm gonna look at it and be like, fuck, this is gonna sound stupid. Just, you little shit, just try and wrap yourself around one of the bars. I'm not gonna. Is it long enough? Is it long enough to like?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, right. Okay, so I'm gonna keep a hold of one end, obviously, because it's wrapped around me. And just go over and wrap yourself around the bar. And I'm gonna see if it does anything.
So
while it's snaking around my arm, like
it's
talking to an inanimate chain.
It's clearly understood you, and it kind of loosens its grip on you, and the end of it, like the very point of it, you'd say, kind of snakes, because it's just at this point it's just on your forearm.
Yeah.
The kind of end, kind of almost like a snake's head, it kind of lifts itself up, looks at you slightly, and then kind of proceeds to wrap itself further up your arm.
Oh, so it's a can.
So right. now your whole arm is held together by your chain.
Oh, wait.
I'm waiting.
Right, roughly, how much chain is there? Like, could it wrap around the entire body?
Yeah. There's 10 feet. There's 10 feet.
I'm gonna use this thing as a fucking exosuit. Fuck! Right! I'm gonna try and get it like... Right, jump around and try and move my arm.
Could you please do an animal handling check?
Fuck shit, okay. Right, animal handling... 15.
No, sorry. It doesn't respond to your commands.
Shit.
Okay.
Right.
Anyway.
Bollocks. That was gonna be so cool.
Is there anything else that anyone wants to try out?
I have a question.
Hang on. I just realised that was gonna be like fucking.
What?
Well, I bit in Spider-Man 2 when he's talking to the odds. It's like, I say.
For God's sake.
Listen to me.
Oh dear. Rozes, please carry on and stop this man.
Could I use Mage Hand?
How do you use your spells?
Fuck.
I don't know.
Hang on.
Is that
what did click on Mage Hand in cantrip section?
Yeah.
Look at the components. What does it require?
It says verbal.
Ah.
Verbal. Okay, so you just need to be able to speak.
Yeah.
To use Mage Hand.
And you know that you're able to speak because you screamed earlier.
Alright.
So go for it.
And all my stuff is beside me, right?
Yep.
Oh.
Okay. Now I have to look at the things I own. Woo.
It is everything you own.
Okay. So I guess this is smart. I own a mirror.
Okay.
So can I use Mage Hand on the mirror and use the mirror to like angle it to look down the hallways?
Yeah.
How big is that fucking mirror?
Okay.
But I don't think the cell's that big, is it? I don't know. I'm winging.
Which way would you like to look first? Left or right?
Left.
Okay. So you look left and you notice that. So I'm gonna use the example. If you were to walk out your cell and turn left, what you would see is about 6 foot, or okay, let's say 10 foot. No, 5 foot down. There is a solid brick wall. That's it.
Okay, and to the right.
You turn it to the right and you see 5 foot kind of around the corner of your cell. There is another solid brick wall. No doors.
Huh.
Nothing.
Okay, so I'm gonna put my mirror down near my stuff with the Mage Hand. And I have a very small brain idea.
Okay.
But I still have the potion from the dude with the mask. Can I like pick it up and drink it for my Mage Hand?
Yeah. I mean, go for it.
This might be a fucking terrible idea. Let's go.
Alright, I'm gonna do that.
Okay. So you use your maze hand and you pick it up, and as it slowly comes closer to you, you hear a voice, kind of a voice that permeates all around you. It goes. That, my friend, will not work here.
I like this. Wait, oh my god, is this just to Roses?
Yes, you guys cannot hear this. Yeah.
Okay.
But
Okay.
it kind of comes from all around you. You can't quite locate where it's from.
Okay, Rozes is gonna say, okay, do you wanna elaborate?
You hear silence for maybe 10 seconds, and then now this is to all three of you. Yeah. You notice from the left-hand side outside of your cell, there is a figure that comes into view. You haven't heard any footsteps or anything, and they walk into view and stop and look at you. Now, this figure is a human male, with black hair and quite a fancy kind of twirly mustache, you'd say, with a little beard, and his clothes, he's wearing these very, very, very tight black kind of trousers, but what catches your eye the most is his top. It's kind of this plain black top, but with where the sleeve would be is very puffy. There's a very puffy white sleeve, or not sleeve, but the end of the sleeve.
2 seconds, guys.
I'll carry on describing. And then kind of around his neck, where a collar would be, there is also another, even larger kind of puffy white kind of piece of fabric around him.
So our opponent is the Monopoly Man.
I mean, sure. Roses, is there anything you would like to do before, as this man kind of walks into view and turns to you?
Can I drink the potion anyway?
Okay. You begin to pull the potion closer to you, but as your mage hand gets closer and closer, you notice that you're kind of beginning to concentrate more and more, and it's becoming much more hard until it's maybe kind of 30 centimeters, half a meter away from your face, and you physically cannot move your mage hand. You're still kind of concentrating on it. You're still trying to pull it close, but for some reason you physically cannot. It's almost like someone is holding you back.
Okay.
How strange.
Fulgrim, is
What's up?
there anything you would like to do as this man
Is the
walks in?
dude? So that's happening to Roses.
No, that's happening to
That
all three of you.
So there's somebody stood in front of
Yes,
me.
only Roses heard the voice.
Okay.
However,
right,
all
right.
three of you have seen this man walk in.
I had to blow my nose. So
Yeah, that's
could you describe what the guy looked?
Okay, how much did you hear?
Literally, I heard something about a white thing around his neck.
Oh, okay. Okay, so basically, I'll be really quick. Basically, he's a human
right.
male with black
Yep.
hair, black kind of mustache, and black kind of goatee beard, and he's very white skinned, very pale, and he's got very, very tight black trousers on, a
Nice.
kind of black top with, at the very end of his sleeve, there is each of his sleeves, there's this kind of puffy white fabric going round.
Oh, yep.
And then
I've
round
got
his
the
neck is a
image,
puffy
yeah.
white. Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, so he's very noble
Yes, you could say that.
Okay.
But
I got it.
you can't recall many nobles wearing black. They're normally quite
okay,
colourful.
Yeah. Do you work for the masked guy? I assume. Does he work for you?
He does not answer.
That's just a bit.
Leoaver.
Where's Kieron gone? He's muted his
Okay,
microphone.
okay, never mind.
Let's
I
get
see
back.
this
He's
man
back.
in front of my cell.
Oh, okay.
I look at him and I say, "Who the fuck are you supposed to be?"
And again, he does not answer.
Riveting conversation.
Now, each of you notice this man walk through the bars.
I'm sorry, what?
Yes, he.
I like that.
As in.
Yes,
Kitty Pryde walks through the bars.
Mr. Fantastic.
as in what you would imagine a ghost, kind of a modern day ghost just walking through walls. He's done that.
That's
enough.
So yeah, he's just kind of phased through.
I ain't chill with that. I ain't gonna lie.
He then.
All right, you caught me off guard.
So your cell is about 15 feet squared, I'd say. That I'm just trying to work it out on the map, kind of. So it's kind of big, but it's not that big, and your chair is quite close to the back. So he walks in, and he has this very kind of pompous demeanor, you could say. And he takes a step in, stops. He kind of looks at you in a welcoming way, and what catches you off guard is the next step he takes. He proceeds to step, but
I know it's good.
he steps as though he's about to climb stairs, and
Yep, do it. Yep.
he steps up one step, then another, and then another, and proceeds to walk through the air, levitating, and walks about 2 foot in front of you, no, that's a bit weird. About 3 foot in front of you, 3 or 4 foot in front of you, and just kind of stops and looks at you. Rozes, anything you wanna?
Rozes is gonna say, hey, is there anything you want to talk about? You're awfully clean.
So he doesn't seem to kind of respond to what you're saying, but he notices that your mage hand is still holding the potion, and he proceeds to kind of reach out, grab the potion, and pull it from your hand with complete ease. Like it almost feels like it kind of your mage hand wasn't holding it. It's strange to describe. It's kind of he just grabbed it out of your hand, and it feels like there's nothing you can do. And he flips the cork off the lid, lifts it up in the air, kind of looks at it, shakes it around a little bit, and then proceeds to drink the entire potion.
Does it pass through his body?
Nope.
Oh, I was just saying, give me like fucking parts of the cat.
No, it doesn't. And he finishes the bottle and looks at it again before throwing it across the room as you see the bottle shatter into pieces. Would you like to remove this item from your inventory?
Yeah.
You can't have shit.
Fulgrim.
I am doing. Actually, I'm not going to. I'm going to see what he does first.
Okay. Leoaver.
Oh, okay. I thought he was going to do something.
Oh no. He stops and looks down at you. Sorry.
If he's not going to do anything, I'm going to like. Right, excuse me for 2 seconds. I'm going to look at the chain and be like, "Could you try and poke him for me?"
Okay. So
I need to roll another check.
No.
Okay.
So the chain kind of loosens its grip again and does kind of the snake eye thing, and comes across your body and looks at you, and then looks at the figure, and you, as it looks to the figure, you feel the chains kind of shudder for a second.
Why are you scared?
Before the actual chain just quickly tightens its grip back on your arm, tighter than ever. I mean, it's not a painful tight, but it's you know when you get like your blood pressure done and you have that thing. It kind of feels like that.
I don't know, that hurt me.
Oh, damn. But it's kind of tight, yeah.
Alright. So he's scared of a fuck. Oh, fuck's sake.
Yes, Leoaver.
I will look at him. I was watching him. He's basically walking over me.
Yes. Well, no.
Leoaver doesn't like that.
Yeah. He's like a solid foot or two in the air, looking down at you as you're sitting down.
Wait, where is he at, like, head level? Is it like feet at my head?
If you're sitting down, no, they're probably just above your knees. So he's not. His head's not like through the ceiling.
He's a
or anything.
dwarf, so he's probably looking me dead in the eye.
Oh yeah.
Fuck you.
Well, I'm looking at him. I'm gonna say, well, this seems awfully familiar.
Does it?
Done that.
Leovar's been in many a strange situation.
Again.
Come on, arsehole. I've been through one illusion.
So he kind of. This is the first time you've seen him kind of react to something you've said, and he reaches behind his back and appears to pull something out. He pulls out
That's what this is going.
a white mask. You instantly recognize this mask from your time in the Adventurers Guilds with the giant figure and the puppeteer figure. He puts it on, and you see his hand kind of raise up in a very elegant manner, as if he's about to pull a string, and he reaches like kind of towards your left arm with his right hand, and he flicks it up, and you see your hand kind of flick up, and it's now stuck in a position where your hand is pointing at the ceiling. And he then stops, kind of tilts his head at you, takes off his mask, and proceeds to put it back behind his back.
Alright. Nothing I'm not used to.
Okay. Well received, I see. So now, finally, to all three of you, he's going to speak. And he is going to say the same thing. Just to, stop any confusion. Greetings, traveller.
Oh god, he sounds like he can.
I know you. You know me. Oh me, oh my. He begins to kind of chuckle with his hands on his stomach as he looks down at you. Do you know where you are?
Literally do not have a clue.
Rozes, please. Sorry.
Fuck you, Fulgrim.
Wait, what?
Do you have any answers? Are you gonna? Anything
I'm
to
gonna
say?
say no fucking clue.
That's what I said.
Okay. Fulgrim? Yeah.
I am also going
It's
to
fine,
say
yeah.
no fucking clue.
Leoaver?
Say it.
I'm gonna spit at him.
Oh! Okay. As you build saliva in your mouth and you go to spit, you notice that it feels like you're normally spitting, but as you go to spit, nothing comes out.
God fucking
So it looks like I'm blowing him a kiss then. You know me, and I know you.
Oh.
I'm
Yes.
just gonna lick him.
So you've all said this, and again, he brushes you off. I see you met my father's minion. Oh, Clyde is such a horrible fellow.
Clyde the zombie bounty. I fucking love this game. It's fucking amazing. Oh, fuck. Thank you, Dylan.
Do you laugh? Does Fulgrim laugh?
Yeah. Fucking shoot him.
Okay.
That's it. Fucking Clyde. I love it.
Okay.
That's it. That's what he does.
After he says this, he then proceeds to carry on his monologuing. Give me a sec. Just use my brain. Now, weary travellers, have you noticed strange goings on. Rozes.
No, not at all.
Cloud looks pretty normal to me.
Okay. Anyone got anything to say? Anyone want to?
I mean, right. Other than the fact there's a zombie bounty hunter named... No. Everything's been quite normal.
Well, now that you mention it, yeah, things have seemed a little bit strange. For example, that little puppeteering trick, it's a little bit fucking weird. Also, you seem to be fucking around with me a bit. What? You doing this for a laugh, or what? What we thinking, huh? We thinking, prick.
Leoaver takes a shit.
Okay, so he took this is again to all three of you. He kind of leans forward, so you can imagine kind of he moves in almost kind of a clockwork motion. So his kind of hips and his pelvis are almost the center of the clock, and his body tilts forward and his legs tilt up slightly, and he gets quite close to your face, kind of about 10 centimeters kind of away. And he kind of says in a softer voice, "Do you know who I am?" Rozes.
Roses is gonna look at him and say, "Yes."
He kind of nods at you to like elaborate in a way.
I won't.
Okay, fair enough. All right. Fulgrim?
Do I recognize him at all?
No, you do not.
I have not got a clue.
Leoaver?
Are you even Pixie?
Okay, Leoaver, he
Are you who? I mean, never mind. My character didn't hear it.
he puts a massive grin. You put a massive grin on his face, and he instantly kind of like throws himself backwards not in like a aggressive like throw. He just kind of floats his way backwards, right up to the bars, and he laughs. Oh, mortals, you have so much to learn. Yeah. And then
I'd just like to point out that other than the fact that all your characters are cunts, Zimpexy sounds like the biggest fucking cunt.
Or is it Vinpexy?
A Vinpexy. Either way. Point still stands.
Okay.
Yeah, let me just check my notes. Yeah, Vinpexy.
So after this has all happened, he then proceeds to go back to where he was originally, kind of in the middle of the room. And he begins to explain. So, travellers, I have some trials for you, as you would say. And he kind of chuckles to himself. Now, I have a task for you. I wish for you to prove to me that you really are who I think you are.
I don't know who you think I am.
He carries on.
Who do you think I am, actually?
Now, I want you to pick an item from the rack. And he points over to the rack.
Is this the rack with our stuff on?
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
Rozes. What do you want to pick?
Wait, is he gonna... This isn't fair. All of this is my stuff.
He picks the mirror. Hell yeah.
Of all the things I own, I pick my crossbow.
Your crossbow? Yeah, okay. Yes. So you pick your crossbow, and he kind of reaches his hand out towards the rack, and the crossbow begins to levitate with the bolts over and lands very softly at your feet. Fulgrim.
I'm going to take my chainmail.
Okay.
Because I can do spells, I'm just not very good at hitting things.
Okay. Now, Fulgrim.
Yes.
he kind of reaches his hand out to bring over the chainmail. You see the chainmail kind of lift up. However, the chain wrapped around your arm loosens very much and begins to wind, and instantly kind of cracks its whip and hits your chainmail back onto the floor, and instantly turns to you and wraps.
It's fucking angry at me.
Wraps its chain.
Shakes his head. No.
It wraps itself around your neck, not particularly tight,
What the fuck?
but it wraps itself around your neck and kind of lifts your head to look to look at this man, and he looks a little bit surprised, but he not
I
overly.
promise this is the first for me as well.
Would you like to proceed to try anything else?
Does he not want me to abandon? Oh, gee. Alright, I'm gonna try and see if he'll let me take my warhammer. No, my shield. Sorry, my shield.
Okay. It tightens.
Oh, never mind. Alright, put it back.
Some kinky shit.
Alright, so, wait, hang on. So basically, if I took another item, he'd get rid of the chain.
I maybe, I don't know. I don't know. I can't. I don't know.
I was gonna look at the chain. Right, maybe he'll let me keep you both. Actually, I'll fucking ask him. Right. Can I have my armor and the chain?
He looks at you, smiles, and very slightly shakes his head.
Shakes his head in a yes motion.
In a no motion.
Shit. Alright, I'll fucking keep the chain then, didn't I? Oh, god damn it. Fucking bastard. Right, hang on, right. I'm gonna look at the chain, and I'm gonna... Well, I still can't move my body, can I?
No, you can't move your body.
Alright, I'm just gonna look down at the chain very awkwardly and just be like,
Yeah.
right, look, I need something that can help me defend myself. I will come back for you.
Okay. It slowly loosens as you're saying this, but as soon as it kind of realizes what you're saying, it tightens up again.
Oh, bastard chain! Damn it! Alright, fine. Alright, I'll keep the fucking chain. Alright.
As soon as you finish saying this, the chain instantly retracts and becomes really loose, and it kind of wraps around your shoulders in a much more comfortable position.
I'm fucking sort of semi-centered in. Why is it my pet?
Okay, Leoaver.
Fuck's sake.
I can only choose one.
He nods.
Can I move at this point, or am
No,
I still stuck?
your body is. You can still move your head, so you can still look over, but your body is still frozen.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna choose to take my playing card set.
What?
Okay. He gestures over to it, and it comes, and it drops to your feet. And he looks at you, and he kind of smiles. He seems quite almost proud, or kind of happy that you've chosen this.
Bastard. Leoaver will go through the dictionary of swear words by the end of it.
Okay. So this is now to all of you again. You have chosen well.
No, I fucking didn't.
Fulgrim's just crying. It's like, my shield.
My fucking hammer.
Now, before I allow you to leave, I will grant you one question. Rozes?
Oh, I wasn't prepared for this. I'm gonna ask, what are you gonna do with my other stuff?
Okay. He says to you, it shall be returned on your victory.
God.
That's all he says. Fulgrim?
bounty on me as well?
He he pauses for a second and kind of looks very quizzically at you.
Well, because he went after all the others because he happened to have bounties on them, but Clyde also came after me for some reason. I don't know what I did.
My friend, you were a criminal, but I can assure you,
Fucking years ago.
Clyde was not on your back due to a bounty. Do not worry.
I'm still worried, but I'm actually worried more now. That means 0.
Okay, that's all he says. Leoaver.
Fucking cunt. By the way, none of these will ever be monetized.
I know. It's fine. Leoaver.
How do I find you? Get fucked.
You do not
Brawn.
find me. I find you, my friend. And it's kind of in a bit of a more aggressive tone. And as he says this, you see his body kind of change and shift very slightly, and he drops to the ground. And the second his feet hit the ground, he completely transforms, and he smiles at you. And however, it's not his smile. The smile that you look at is of a woman from the Adventurers Guild. Yes, you recognize this woman from being the woman who you saw once at the Adventurers Guild, but seemingly disappeared.
All right.
Yeah. He then
Drop another bombshell.
he doesn't say anything else. He just jumps up and returns back to his previous form. And he then took back to all of you. He says, you, my friends, will learn to ask the correct questions. But for now, your adventure has only just begun. He slowly kind of floats backwards and goes back through the bars. I wish for you to complete my labyrinth.
Labyrinth fuck.
Good luck. There will be gracious rewards if you make it.
Wait.
I'm waiting.
May I be granted one more question?
He looks at you and he shakes his head.
Sorry?
He shakes his head in a no fashion.
Nice try.
He kind of turns
So close.
to the left-hand side of your cell and drops back to the ground as if to just walk like a normal person. And he takes a step and turns back to you and he says, also, be careful. Androgeus is a bit temperamental. And he laughs and he walks away.
Why does everyone on this
Who the
damn
fuck
island
is
sound like a
androgynous?
cunt?
Okay. Roses.
Everyone in this campaign has big cunt names. I hate them all.
Especially Leo.
Roses, the second that he kind of goes out of your vision, you feel your body suddenly relax. You can suddenly feel movement back in your body.
I'll be 2 seconds, guys.
Okay, that's fine. Go for it. Well, what is your first move here?
Okay, I'm picking up my goddamn crossbow and I'm going to the bars.
Okay. You go to the bars, and you kind of you feel that they're quite flimsy.
Can I Eldritch Blast them?
Go for it. Go for it. Why not? I'll let you do a roll. Go on, roll for it.
Oh, okay. Roll. Well, fucking hell.
Oh dear.
It was literally. I was going to do like a difficulty class of like 5, but. So you go to Eldritch Blast and let me have a think.
When the DM has to think about how bad.
I know. I can't even think of
How do I
anything.
want him to miss?
So basically, you're gonna go to Eldritch Blast, and you're gonna feel like you're exactly spot on. You're gonna feel like because it's a very big door, like it's very hard to miss. And you shoot. However, for some strange reason, the Eldritch Blast just kind of it comes out, and I'm trying to. So I'm imagining your Eldritch Blast right now is like a fire hose. So like you normally pull it and it just sprays out straight away. And imagine this being a fire hose, and you pull it open and it just kind of a tiny bit of water just comes out and just drops straight on the floor. It's kind of just come out of your hand and just flopped on the floor and just disappeared. It's just it's not that you've missed. It's just that you've for some reason it just. I don't know how to describe it other than that.
Okay, Roses is gonna be like, I'm glad no females are around this. And can I just like kick it?
Yeah, you kick it. Do you want to? I'll let you do another roll for that.
Sure. I'm getting the fuck out of here. Oh, I didn't mean to. It's fine.
Well, anyway, either one. You kick it and it instantly just falls to the ground.
Alright, I'm gonna step out.
Yep.
And to the left and right were both brick walls, so I'm gonna look and see if that's different.
So you look to the right and you notice it's still a brick wall. However, you look to the left and you see a long, dark hallway.
Okay, and what's in the cell across from me? Anything notable?
What in the cell opposite? No, it's just an exact kind of replica of your cell, just kind of mirrored.
Alright, I'm gonna go down the hallway, yelling, this Fulgrim and Leoaver and all the names of people I know.
Yep, okay. So you do that, and we're going to take it Fulgrim.
Yes.
What do you want to do?
Can I move as well now?
Yep.
First of all, I'm gonna have a long, hard chat with this fucking chain.
So yeah, it's kind of wrapped around your neck like a cool rapper's chain, you know, that kind of. It's just
right,
wrapped round and round and round.
Okay, I thank you for making me look dope as well, but we're gonna have to have a chat later, and you're gonna have to let me use my shit. Is all my stuff gone now? Is it?
Yes.
Is it all gone?
Yes. It's kind of you haven't realised you didn't see it go, but kind of as you notice.
Do I still have my holy symbol? Because if not, I cannot cast my spells.
What was your holy symbol? What was it?
Well, not like because of my background. Two. One of them's engraved on the shield. The other one, brooch kind of thing.
Okay.
And basically, what a holy symbol does is I get to instead of material components. So I don't have material components now, and because of that, I also now don't have my holy symbol, which means I can't cast spells which require material components.
At the moment, on you do not have your holy symbol.
Oh, I can't fucking cast spells! I got my spell slots back for nothing. So hang on, let me 2 seconds. I'm just gonna see what I can cast. Okay, so I can't cast bless. I can't cast identify. Oh, okay. I can cast. That's only 2 spells. And one of my cantrips, which is mending. Okay, right. Never mind. I'm fine. I'll be fine.
Okay. What are you gonna do?
Right. So I don't have anything else. Now I can stand up. I'm gonna stand up, flex a little bit,
Yep.
and just try and get the feeling back in my body, get my blood pumping, feel my beard because I missed it. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull the chain off my neck and like have it wrapped around my arm, and then I'm gonna whip it towards the bars.
Okay.
Is there a door? Is there a door on the bars?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, right. Did he leave it unlocked?
Or
I'm gonna check if he did that first.
Okay.
Like if he left it unlocked actually.
Okay.
Is it open or?
So you go and you push the door and it's open.
Ah, fuck, never mind. Okay, I was gonna do something cool, but I didn't need to. Right, so I step outside.
Okay,
what do I see?
For what's about to happen, I just want to apologise. So you look to your right and you notice a brick wall, and you look to your left and you see a very long, dark corridor. However, at the start of the corridor, on the floor, you noticed a holy symbol. Congratulations, you have your holy symbol back.
I'm an idiot.
Yes.
I picked that up. Okay, alright, so can I see down the hallway, or is that like magical darkness? Because I can see, because I have dark vision at a range of 60 feet, so...
As you use your dark vision and look down, you notice a wooden door at the end.
A wooden door, right?
Yep.
Is that like the only direction I can go?
Yeah. I mean, there's the cell opposite you, but the rest is kind of just walls,
is there anything in the
stone
cell?
walls. Again, you look in and it just seems, it just looks like a symmetrical version of...
I'm gonna make my way to the door.
Okay, you head off. Leoaver. Nice.
Right, I'm gonna get out.
Mhm.
I'm gonna head to the door.
Yep.
Try and open it.
Okay. You try and open it and it opens.
Wow. Yeah, no, I go out, and I'm gonna guess if I look to my left, I'll see a dark hallway.
Perhaps.
Perhaps. Is that what I see, Leo?
No. You see a brick wall.
Oh.
Then you turn to your right, and you see a dark hallway.
Ah. And with my dark vision, what do I see after 60 feet?
You see an old wooden door at the end of the corridor.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
I'm going...
This is a really easy labyrinth.
I'm gonna...
It's just a corridor.
Oh shit. Hang on, I just realised something. I'm gonna go back into my cell.
Yep.
I'm gonna pick up my deck of cards that the dickhead dropped at my feet. And do I have any pockets on me?
Yeah. You're just wearing rags, and they do have
Trying to
pockets.
give us rags, but at least they put fucking
Yeah,
pockets.
yeah. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Why does it feel like I'm wearing fucking Kanye clothes?
Alright, well, I'm gonna put my deck of cards away. I'm gonna go back out, and I'm just gonna head towards the wooden door at the end of this dark hallway.
Okay. You head towards, and on that note, we're gonna call a break. All right, we're back, and we have the one and only Raven Wolfson. Welcome back.
I love that guy.
What's that?
My favorite character of the campaign so far.
Okay.
I regret knocking him out.
You regret knocking me out.
So you know what? We're gonna
Why does it
start.
sound like someone's doing some stuff in the background?
Raven Wolfson, my friend, my dear friend,
Yes.
good lad. We're gonna start with you.
Naughty.
I'm not even gonna bother with Roll20 because you can't see it. So you you weren't even here for last session. I forgot. Okay, so basically, you spent the whole session just muttering to the goblin.
He was completely unconscious. We carried him around.
to basically to the goblin. You discovered his name was Gungar, and he began to speak English very slowly, or common. Sorry, not English. Sorry, gang. So he started speaking common, and he started growing a little bit larger and getting a bit more blue. And
Chonk.
you spent the whole time very antisocially just speaking to him, and turns out he didn't even like you very much. And then you kept bumping into this strange bounty hunter with a golden mask. Do you remember him at all?
Yeah, I remember him.
Okay, yeah, you kept bumping into him again. Yep.
You Cameron?
And basically, well, you were like in halfway through a fight, and then all of a sudden the world started cracking, and everyone started disappearing. And yeah, you disappeared, and everything went to black. Now, welcome. Everything turned black for a split second for you. And you instantly... What?
This has some
Cameron's
Avengers
muted, by the
vibe
way.
to it.
Cameron's not muted.
No, it's not. You've muted him.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Have I?
Yeah, we can all hear him.
Shit,
You can hear him.
Wow,
Session,
so
did I?
rude. Daring you mute the Raven.
Sorry, Cameron. I was like, Dylan, who the fuck are you talking to? I was like, he's
Yeah.
not saying anything.
Dylan, this joke isn't funny. Why are you pretending to talk to Cameron?
Okay.
Sorry, lads, pop to the shop.
Sorry, guys.
Okay. So you suddenly see black for a split second, and you awake. You awake feeling fresh, and you've had a nice rest. You don't have to click anything because you didn't actually lose any damage or use any spells because you didn't actually do anything last session. And
Nice.
you and you awake. Oh dear. Sorry, gang. I've just choked up my.
Don't edit that out.
No.
It's a chain from Fulgrim's arm. Just...
So you awake in a small box. You can just about stand up, and if you were to like lay long ways, you would just about fit in. So you would say it's about 6 feet. It's a 6 foot cube, like if you understand. And it's got stone floor, stone ceiling, stone walls. Very raggedy, very bricky. What would you like to do?
Could you repeat that
Which bit?
briefly, just in basic detail?
Which bit? What, all of it?
Yeah.
Okay. You disappeared. It went pitch black for a second. You wake up in a small stone box, and yeah, you can't. There's not really much room to walk about. Yeah. You don't hear much. You don't really hear any noise apart from like your own movements. There's no door.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
I want to try break out.
In what way?
Bang on the top of the box.
Okay. So
Push his fat ass against it.
you begin kind of hitting it. Oh, by the way, also you have none of your items on you. You're just in kind of raggedy clothes. Just to let you know.
Yes.
So you begin hitting the top, and it feels very thick. You can tell that this is a very thick wall. Damn, boy, he's thick.
He's thick as that's a thick ass ball.
So yeah, you kind of hit it, and you can just imagine you are like standing on the floor, and it's just a rock. It feels that kind of like you're not. It doesn't feel like you're gonna get anywhere by doing
Has
this.
how much girth to it? Okay.
Yeah.
We'll try tap the side to see if there's a loose panel or something.
Okay, you spend the next 10 to 30 minutes kind of tapping on all the sides. You're slowly kind of losing track of time. And you tap on all the sides and you find nothing.
Oh. I try the floor.
Okay, you try the floor. And again, you spend 20 minutes and achieve nothing.
Well, I just found my life.
Alright, since this is a dark area and no one's around, I'm going to try sleep.
Okay.
You awful, I was going to say something else, you dirty buggers.
Jesus. Okay, so you lay yourself down and you try to fall asleep. However, time seems to pass very strangely for you. You can't get to sleep. You find yourself tossing and turning, and slowly you begin to realise that all is not as it seems. For you, as you spend maybe, I would say, several hours attempting to get to sleep. And
Story of my life.
however, as when you get up, you kind of feel something strange. You feel to your
Someone upstairs,
face,
my uncle or
and
something.
you can feel a beard. You
Oh my god.
come to the realization that you've been laying there for several months
What the fuck?
by the
Oh.
feel of your body. It's not, you're not like malnourished or anything. You just feel slightly older, and you can feel your beard and kind of your longer hair.
Fuck.
I went from creepy uncle's victim to the creepy uncle in a matter of seconds. This is beautiful.
Exactly. Okay, Rozes.
The rapee becomes the rapist. Ooh.
Whoa.
Jesus
whoa.
Christ, Jesus.
Whoa.
Jesus
Whoa.
Christ.
Come on, Cameron.
Jesus Christ. Okay, Rozes.
Did you? Yeah.
That's me.
Okay, I'll bring it back. Okay, Cameron, silence across the room.
Yes.
Okay, Rozes, go ahead.
This is why I muted him.
Rozes, you reach. Hang on, let me. You know.
Okay, I'll let you.
Sorry.
Wait.
Oh,
Yes.
we're getting.
So
We're getting visuals.
Wait, what's the shit? I'm on the Discord. Oh, visuals!
you walk up and you reach the door, and you notice it's just an old, kind of raggedy door. And
Raggedy door.
before you're able to kind of notice,
That's me.
before you're able to notice anything specific about it, you hear the man's voice again. And this applies to all of you, apart from Raven. So the three of you I was talking to earlier, you hear his voice kind of permeate all around you. He says, "One last thing. What do you seek most in life?"
Bitches.
Roses.
Fucking damn it.
Women.
Okay. Fulgrim?
Wait, oh shit, he's actually answering. Like, this is an actual question we have to answer.
See ya. I won't. I know. Bye. Sorry. Could you please repeat that? I had to go.
Alright, is it like rhetorical or do I like answer it?
It's up to you. Do you want to say anything in response?
Say anything.
Okay.
I don't trust what he's going to do with my words. I'm going to be like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. He's going to be behind. It's going to be like Ghostbusters all over again.
Leoaver, what?
Leoaver!
I'm also going to say nothing.
Okay. Alright.
Ooh.
Some very interesting answers from all three of you.
Wait,
Nothing.
I'm in character going to say the Stay Puft Marshmallow.
Very interesting answers. Two of the characters said nothing.
Okay, so Rozes, you reach the door, and above you see a symbol, and you recognise the symbol from your hometown. It is your family emblem. It's kind of carved into the stone just above.
Oh.
What? Yeah.
Okay.
We're in his house.
Oh dear.
I guess I'll go to the door and try to open.
Okay. You open the door, and in the door you're kind of thrown back a little bit. Not literally, but like you walk in the door and you can't. It's like you're walking outside, but you're still aware that you're in a room. So all around you are kind of the typical like vegetation and noises that you would find in your homeland. Just like in a kind of rural area of your homeland.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and there's a path that goes.
Wait a minute, this is
There's kind of a dirt path that goes into the center of the room and then splits off into two either side of the room.
Anything else interesting around besides the that I can see?
Not particularly. It seems just kind of. I mean, yeah. It's just kind of a lot of bushes and trees that you feel you recognize a lot, that ones that would only really kind of grow on your home, kind of where you're from.
I get you. Okay, so I'm gonna follow the path until I get to where it splits, and can I see like what's towards the end of each like opposite path?
You can. So, on your left side, you see kind of engraved above another wooden door. You see an ear engraved, and on the right hand side, you see an eye engraved above the door. They're both the same kind of wooden doors.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the one with the eye.
Okay. So you turn to the right and you head over to the eye. Do you open the door immediately, or?
That doesn't sound like a smart thing. Can I check the door for suspicious activity?
Yeah.
Does the door move?
Yeah. Do you wanna roll for that?
Yeah. Wait, what am I rolling? What do I have to add?
I don't actually know. Investigation. Investigation. That's the one.
All right, was 2, so that's 13.
Okay. So you look at the door and you see a keyhole, and you can't really. If you look through the keyhole, you can't really make out what's on the other side, but you can see kind of, because there's kind of these bright lights, almost trying. They're not. Basically, yeah. Basically, all you can see is kind of this white light, kind of beaming through the keyhole, and you can't hear anything. You can't really tell anything else about what could be on the other side of the door.
All right, I guess I'll open the door.
Okay. Fulgrim.
So,
you walk up to your door.
hey, it's me.
Just minus the armor and the shield and the hammer.
Um,
Fucking chain.
Shut the fuck up.
So above,
Don't talk about
so you see your wooden door.
Yep, there's a wooden door, right?
Above your wooden door, you see the symbol of Moradin. What are you gonna do?
Hang on. You cut off at symbol and then said what you're gonna do.
Oh, the symbol of Moradin.
Oh shit! Oi! I'm a fucking kick that door. Don't know. No, I'm going to, with confidence, walk towards the door and open that datch up.
Okay, so you wander into the room, and you see kind of the walls kind of change into this very dwarven-esque design. So all of the walls are kind of made into quite a dwarven way.
Does it look like home?
Yes, you would you would say it looks a bit like home, and there's kind of gold trims, and it looks very, very nice. You know, as it's what Fulgrim specifically, you know, recalls, and he feels very at home. In the center of the room, there is a stone path going into the center of the room, and just beyond it is an anvil, a very familiar looking anvil. Then the path splits off into 2. It goes left and right.
Is that left and right at the anvil?
Yes, left and right at the anvil.
Okay, alright, I'm gonna walk forward and inspect said anvil.
Inspect. Yeah. You look at it and it looks like.
Like an anvil.
It looks like. Would you have an anvil in your home? Like
maybe not in my house, but like use one regularly.
Yes, it looks like an identical copy of the anvil you would be accustomed to at home.
I'm gonna just give it a little pat.
It feels
like
it feels very genuine, and it feels like you remember it.
Yes, I do. Right. There's nothing I can actually use to make it.
No.
Nah, shit. Right. It's not like an entire forge I could just use.
No. It's a fairly empty room. There's pretty much nothing in there.
Okay, so it's more just like the interior design.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what's at the end? Well, can I see the end of each path?
You can. So on your left there is a stone door. Above the stone door, engraved, is three circles linked. So you have one circle, then one circle linked to that one, and then a circle linked to the other one.
Okay, so it's like the Audi logo, but
What?
three to the
Audi
four.
logo?
Audi, you know, the car.
Oh, Audi. Oh, yes. Sorry.
Aldi.
I thought you said Audi.
Just
I was like,
Aldi
what?
written on it.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck, I need to...
Bright yellow.
And then on your right, you see engraved above it is an anvil.
Right, I know which one appeals to me. I'm gonna go to the right. I'm going to the right door.
Okay. Yes, you head to the right door.
I do.
What are you going to do when you get to the right door?
I would. Is there like a keyhole or anything?
No. It seems like a very just heavy stone door.
Okay, alright. I'm gonna attempt to push the door open.
Okay. You push the door open.
Phenomenal stuff.
Leoaver.
Shit! Where did I go?
Leoaver, you walk towards the door, and above the door, you notice, well, nothing. Are you gonna do anything?
Guess we're gonna open the door.
Okay. You open the door, and you walk into a very dark room, and it seems just very dingy, and very little kind of setting has changed since you were in the corridor. It seems very much the same. There's nothing particularly of note. There's a few rags on the floor, some blood you can appear to see kind of on the rags. There's very, very little of note.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna keep walking forward.
Okay. As you walk forwards, what the hell was that? Oh my god!
Someone's phone.
Jesus Christ!
Who hasn't texted their girlfriend back?
We'll never know.
Well, it's clearly not me.
Well, sorry guys, that was. I'm gonna.
What a miss.
That's fine. Go for it. So Leoaver, you walk into this room. Yeah, you've seen it all, and as you walk forward, you notice two doors, kind of either side of you. Yeah, it's because it's quite a dark room. You kind of, you're struggling to see despite your dark vision.
I'm gonna try and open the door on my left side.
Okay. You walk up to the door on your left side, and above it you see engraved is would your family have had an insignia?
No.
Okay. Okay. Above it you see engraved is kind of a wheel, the type you'd see on a cart.
Okay.
Yeah. What were you? Carry on.
I'm gonna carry on opening the door.
Okay. All right. So you open the door. Fair enough.
There's a lot of opening doors.
Yes.
Many doors.
Raven Wolfson.
Wagwan.
So it has been months of you being in this room, and
Beautiful.
you hear a voice. Raven Wolfson. Can I really use that name? Wolf's son.
Get bullied.
And, have you got anything to say?
Who is this? Who are you? Show yourself.
This voice, yeah.
Raven, son of Wolf.
This voice is kind of coming from all around you. You are a interesting character. Quite hard to decipher, I would say. Now,
I agree.
you are very different from your compatriots, I must admit. Tell me.
Because I'm short.
So you're kind of, are you sat up or stood up at this point?
I'll be stood up, you know. Stretch my legs for the first time in a few months.
Okay. Yeah. So you get up, you're kind of stretching, and you feel very wobbly and kind of weak a little bit. And as you look towards a wall, a face pops out from the wall, and you kind of I'm presuming you take a couple steps back, and
No, I'm gonna stay where I am.
okay, no, you stay where you are. So just the face pops out and kind of the top half of the body, as though you'd imagine like a ghost to, and it's a man. What you can see is a man with a black top, with very puffy ends of his sleeves, which are white, and a very puffy kind of neck piece. And the man is a very pale white male with black hair, a black mustache, and kind of a black goatee. And
Definitely hang around the park.
and he comes out and he looks at you. So, are you surprised?
Not really.
Fuck's sake.
You are a tough egg to crack, Raven.
Why, thank you. I take it as a compliment.
Tell me about your family.
What's there to know? Incredibly hairy.
No, I mean your real family.
I don't know. I don't know my family that well.
Do you know why?
Maybe something to do with my past. I don't know.
Backstory.
Do not lie to me, Raven. And the figure kind of turns red, like the whole figure, even including his clothes. Not fully red, just kind of this slight kind of tint.
So that's some Looney Tunes shit. He starts steaming.
His eyes pop out.
Well, no, if you're gonna blush, at least buy me a drink.
He looks at you very disgusted, and he says,
I just need to look at something.
"Fine. Have it your way." And he leaves. And now
Hang on.
I'm hanging. Why am I hanging?
Yeah, this is why his charisma is -1.
Yes.
I just had to look up
Exactly.
that was. I was like, yeah, hang on. I was like, is he like? I was like, is he just like not very good?
Now,
I'm in character, okay?
No, I respect that. That was good.
now,
I took the charisma from my real life.
yes, I respect that. So, Raven, you now find yourself alone in this room again, and you feel time going past again. This time, however, time is going a lot slower, and what now? You now find yourself in this room for what feels like a genuine week. No food, no water. But you don't feel like you crave you don't feel like you need any water or food or anything. You just feel time passing and your brain slowly kind of questioning itself. Rozes!
Yeah.
Damn.
Okay, so you walked into the room with the eye. As you wander in, you are greeted by a. Hang on, let me. Hang on. Give this. I'm sorry, boys. I'm sorry.
He's lost.
Come on.
He's a fraud.
This is like a battle arena.
You see in front of you. Hey. Oh no! No! Don't look.
Morgan.
That was scary. I was worried.
It's okay. We can't see anything. It's fine.
No, but I revealed some area.
Oh, wait, do you?
Giant,
Yeah.
giant fucking room.
no,
yeah,
not
I
that
see
area. Okay, so you walk in the room,
Yeah, nothing else popped up. Don't worry.
and in front of you, there is a very large beholder.
Oh
What
fuck!
the
Holy
fuck?
shit!
Okay, so
And he's got all of his eyes locked onto you.
Fuck!
Oh, I've got a secret
Fuck
admirer.
is that?
is this bad?
Dude, say, hang on. Out of character, you say anything wrong, you're fucked.
Yeah. You would know that a beholder is bad.
Am I in this room?
No, you're not. No.
Okay.
Why would you be in this room?
Wolf's under the box.
And you see just beyond it, you see a door.
How did you say that so nonchalantly?
Okay, so I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
It just kind of doesn't say anything. It just stops and stares at you.
Should I say hi? I'm gonna say hi. I'm gonna say hello.
Hang on. Who doesn't know what a beholder looks like?
I don't know what a beholder is.
Neither do I.
Just kind of roughly go over what it looks like.
Okay. It does. I think it does just look like what it looks like on the screen. Let me quickly Google it just so I'm right.
Yeah, but where's the detail?
Okay, so basically, it's a massive ball that floats, and it has one massive eye and kind of these very big mouth, the very sharp teeth, and kind of where you'd imagine like imagine it as a head. So it looks like a cyclops kind of head that's just massive, and where its hair would be is kind of all these tentacles that come out, and they're all eyes. So it's just a very eye boy.
Yeah, it's a floating eyeball.
Let me drop it in the Discord. This is the picture I'm going off for reference. Once it actually sends. There. That's the picture I'm going off. So it's a very scary boy.
I know a lot about these fuckers. Fulgrim doesn't, but I do.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen one of these in Dragon's Dogma.
Wait, really?
Yeah. Have you played Dragon's Dogma?
No, I thought it had dragons in it, not fucking beholders.
Okay.
Oh shit! Dragon's Dogma has a beholder.
Yeah, bro.
Okay, sorry. Carry on.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So what okay. So it's looking at me.
Yep.
So I'm gonna say hi.
Oh,
Does it speak? Does it know how to speak?
It doesn't. At this point, it doesn't use its mouth, but you can hear it. So it's kind of speaking to you through your brain thing.
Nice.
That's called telepathy.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. So he says,
Brain speak.
"Greetings, mortal."
I love it.
I'm gonna say I'm not being rude, am I?
What would give you that impression?
I just kind of walked in this room. Didn't really know you were in here. I would have knocked if I did.
I see. Now, would you like to solve my puzzle? He says it in almost kind of a comical way. Like, it's very out of character for a beholder to sound like this.
I like puzzles.
I will allow you to leave this room once you speak my name.
Jumanji.
Well, who the
Sorry,
fuck just said Jumanji?
That was me, I'm sorry.
I respect that.
Wait, that's it. That's the puzzle.
Yep. Yeah, that's all it gives you for now.
Okay, I'm gonna look around the room for clues.
You don't.
What is this fucking Blue's Clues?
you
Yes.
Gotta live.
you don't see anything. You notice that it's just the typical stone walls with the wooden door at the end. And if you are to move around the room, he kind of follows you and blocks the door. If that makes sense. So as you wander around the room, you can't physically get to the door. He then kind of telepathically talks to you again and sighs and says, "Oh, I forgot your small mortal brain. Let me give you a clue. I am you. You are me."
Okay. Excuse me, mister. Just a side note. Do I get more than one guess?
You have 3 guesses.
Okay. Is it Rozes?
You can feel in your head kind of the disappointment, and he moves a little bit closer.
Oh shit!
Wrong.
Yeah, I didn't think that was right.
Keep in mind, this thing is floating, by the way. I like roll.
He then repeats, "I am you. You are me."
Okay.
I think
See, I think I know the answer, but I don't. I have to. Hey, Dylan.
Yeah.
I thought that's what you
Do
were
you
gonna call.
remember what my real name was?
Do you remember?
I do
Your
actually.
real name?
I remember.
No, I mean, shouldn't Roses remember?
Yeah, Rozes should remember.
I-
Kamau.
I do have it. It was quite a while ago. Let me get it.
Send that to me so I can say it and pretend like I knew it all along.
Where is it? Sorry, it's hidden away.
It's fucking Steven.
Imagine.
Key.
Copy. I'm over Discord.
Is the answer Greg?
Gregory.
Where are you? There you are.
Is it Clyde?
Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna say. Is it Zorius Maelshun?
What
Fuck.
the fuck?
Why does everyone sound like such a cunt?
To be fair, that sounds like less of a cunt than Roses.
I don't know.
I
Roses
don't know,
sound
man.
like mad pussy.
You can hear his sigh in your head, and he goes, "Use your brain." And as he moves very close to you, he's like right up in your face right now. He says, "That is your name, but I am you. You
Oh, you fucking bitch.
are me."
Come on, the answer might be obvious. And, doesn't work.
One last chance. Hello?
I don't want to die.
Did I petrify you?
Oh, what's the answer?
I've had something easy like me, like the word me.
Is it you? Please don't kill me.
He's
Turn to
he's
dust.
in your head, and he said,
Snap.
ha. I knew you weren't that dumb. Bravo! He spins around and he heads straight through the door and leaves the door wide open.
He books. He's actually bowled out. That's my name.
Guys, I just
Sweet
want to say, I got it right on my first try.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, so the door is now wide open, and you're free to go. If you
Roses
please.
is gonna shit himself.
Yeah, roses, huh?
See, the thing is, I heard a riddle like that once, where it was like a sphinx, and it was saying like, "What is my name?" And it was like, ah. So as soon as you said, "I am,"
Oh dear, I apologise.
no, that's good. That's cool.
Well, yes.
Yeah,
so-
that was good.
I'm just trying to display my intense level of intellect
oh god.
being in the room.
See ya.
I just wanted to be known. Roses is not a big brain character.
And that's okay.
Okay. After that fun escapade, we now take ourselves to Fulgrim.
There better be a fucking beholder in my room.
Now, you walked through the anvil door.
I did.
Correct. Okay. Give me 1 sec while I use my brain.
Beholder. Beholder.
There's going to be women and a beholder.
So you walk through the door, and you see. God, I hate having to get all these assets. They hurt my brain.
Sounds
God,
like
I
it's
hate
not a
having to be
beholder.
the dungeon master.
Bruh. I got it. It's here somewhere. Somewhere. There it is. So you walk into the door, and you see a man hitting at an anvil. And
What does the man look like?
there is doors either side of him. He is a dwarf.
Okay,
And
okay.
he has long ginger hair. And is just wearing what a typical dwarf kind of blacksmith would wear. Just, you know. There's nothing particularly that you can see different about him. He has his back to you, by the way.
Okay, okay. Is there anything I like recognize about him?
Not that you can see.
Alright.
Oh, however, you do see actually on his right shoulder a patch that resembles kind of Moradin's sign.
Oh, alright. I'm gonna take a couple steps forward.
Okay.
What you making there?
He begins to bash whatever he is bashing.
Good talk. Actually, alright, I'm gonna circle around and I'm gonna try and get a look at whatever it is he's making.
So you can see he is making just a regular sword. It's nothing particularly outstanding.
Just
He
does
doesn't.
he acknowledge my presence?
No. He's just banging away.
Nice. Shit. All right. I don't want to like provoke him. Hang on. Actually, I'm gonna walk right up to him and see if he like. I'm gonna put my hand on his shoulder if he reacts.
Okay. You pop your hand on his shoulder, and as soon as you do this, he immediately stops.
Oh fuck.
So he still has his hammer in the air,
fuck.
so he's literally frozen in space, in place.
Oh shit.
And
Okay.
he turns his head to you, and with a big smile, he goes, "Greetings, traveler."
Hello. Do you know where these doors lead?
Greetings, traveler.
Right. I'm gonna let go,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna put my hand back on him.
Okay.
Did he say it again?
As you let go, he goes to hit the sword again, and then as soon as you put your hand back on him, he turns his head again with a smile and goes, "Greetings, traveler."
Okay. All right. I'm gonna. Does he make different sounds?
No. No. It's pretty much the same.
Okay. All right. Oh, what the fuck? Okay. What if I touch him and freeze him? What if I try and take the hammer out of his hand?
Okay, so you touch him and freeze him, and he says, you know, the typical line. And you go over and go to take his hammer, and it's quite he's quite well gripped. I would like you to make a strength check.
Okay. Hang on, just a straight strength.
Yep.
18.
Touche. You immediately whip it out of his hand. And,
Thank you.
Natural one.
And as soon as you pull it out of his hand, he says the line, "Greetings, traveller."
Okay, right. I'm gonna take my hand off him so he can start hammering it without the hammer.
So he goes to hammer it and realizes there's not a hammer in his hand, and he kind of
punching it.
So he's kind of bent over a little bit, and he immediately straights up his back, turns to you, and takes a step backwards. And he goes, "Ah, a fellow dwarf! Welcome!"
Where are we?
"Ah, you are in my forge!"
Well, clearly, yes, but like, in comparison to the rest of this place,
"Aye,
like, do you know what's through either of these doors?
ah, what a interesting question! Now, let me tell you." So he points to the door behind you, and he goes,
Well, the one where I came.
No, sorry, the door.
Oh, to the left.
Yeah, to the left. And he goes, "That one. That is dark." And then he turns around and he goes, "That one. That is light."
And which one would you recommend?
"Ah, well, son, I'd recommend going home." And he points to the door you just came through, which is now shut.
I like that.
I respect that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to walk around him, and is this like the typical stone again?
No. Oh, sorry. These are now back to the wooden doors.
Okay, do these ones have keyholes?
Yes.
I'm gonna take a peek through the keyhole.
Okay. You look through the keyhole, and much like Rozes from before, all you see is kind of like this very bright white light. You can't see very much, apart from a faint figure.
Okay, alright. I'm gonna... Oh, shit. What I'm gonna do real quick, just before, I'm gonna go back and see if anything changed.
Okay. You go up to
Go
the
back.
door. You go to open it, and you realise it is locked.
Ah, fuck. Can I try and force it open?
You can try, but
Do you want me to make another strength check?
no, because you fail. I'm sorry.
Oh,
It physically won't move. You try, but
I respect that.
yeah, unfortunately.
Okay, alright. So I'm then gonna go and...
Okay, so you go in the light.
Yeah.
Okay. You open the door. You still have the hammer in your hand, by the way.
Ah, shit. I'll fucking give it back. Who keeps moving across the fucking screen?
Fucking Rozes.
I'll give him his hammer back and be like, nice weapon, and fuck off.
Okay. You go through the door. Thank you.
But actually, hang on. Quick question. Do I recognise him now I've seen his face?
No. He just looks like generic dwarf number
Generic
27.
5. Okay.
Do I recognise him? Nah.
Okay. Alright.
Alright.
Dad?
Okay.
Generic dwarf 25. Dad?
Leoaver.
Oh, it's me!
There's a beholder.
You walk into a room, and there is a singular door ahead of you. And this room is just as dark as the last one. However, in the corner, the far left corner, you'll have to give me a second. I goddamn hate finding assets.
Ah, comedy.
What? Okay, I'm gonna get us to imagine right now. Okay, there is a body laying there. It looks very sickly, sat on the floor in the corner.
Do I recognise the body from this distance?
The head is kind of like leaning down, so you can't necessarily see who it is or what it is.
Okay, well, I'm going to approach
Mhm.
to like I'm going to get to like the center of the room.
Yep.
And do I recognize the clothing or?
You see the clothing and you notice that it is it's clothing that your family and your friends of your past would potentially wear. Yes. This person, this man, he seems to be still kind of slightly moving, slightly twitching a little bit. He's still there.
Okay.
But he seems very decomposed almost.
Okay then. Allow me to just. Okay. Arva Vapul.
He then, after you say this, he looks up very, very wearily, and he says, Leoaver? You recognize him just as kind of a random kind of man just in your traveling party. He's not, you don't specifically like know him very well, but you will have seen him around back in your like childhood.
How do you know my name? I'm gonna approach him.
You know me. As you approach, you see he's kind of covered in these like boils and big spots and all these kind of horrible growths.
Do I recognize these horrible growths?
You do. Well, no you don't actually. No you don't. Ignore me. Sorry.
You seem very ill, my friend. Who are you?
My name. He begins to kind of cough. I do not remember. But they are gone. All of them.
Who? Who is gone?
The entire party. He reaches up, so he's sat on the floor and you're kind of stood over him. He reaches up as if to grab your hand. Do you? Not in a very aggressive. It's just kind of very slowly and like stuttery and shaky.
I'm assuming like the rags kind of like hang off me at some parts.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna tear part of the rag. I'm gonna cover my hand.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna grab his hand.
Okay. He holds your hand and he looks you in the eye and he says, "Your mother, all of them." And he starts to cough, and you can see clearly that he is coughing up a significant amount of blood.
He did.
I'm gonna bring him closer. I'm kneeling down. I'm gonna bring him closer. I'm gonna kind of like lay his head on my leg. And I'm just gonna hold him for a while.
Mm-hmm.
It will be okay, my friend.
So as you
find,
oh, sorry, carry on.
we will find peace.
So as you hold him, you slowly feel the life drain, and you feel him die in your arms. He dies a very peaceful death, despite kind of the horrible growths on his body.
Yeah, I was gonna say like.
But yeah, he seems to like pass away very peacefully, and he leans back and he seems at peace.
I'm gonna pick him up. I'm gonna carry him,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm going to walk out of the room.
Oh, as in you're gonna take him with you?
I'm taking him with me.
Okay, you take him
He's
with you.
gonna fucking RKO his corpse.
Okay, so you leave the room, and Above the door is engraved a skull.
Sorry, what was that? A skull?
A skull, yes.
Sorry, I coughed when he said that.
Yeah, okay. Moving on.
Moving on.
Raven,
My emotions.
you wake up
You're
after
still in the box.
a week or two. You cannot tell, for you have lost track of a lot of time. You feel very weary, you feel very bored, you feel very alone. And all of a sudden, you hear the voice again. Raven, awake. As he says this, you kind of feel like you've gained a bit of life back. You feel a bit more, as if you're actually in the room.
Ah, that's a-
Yes, good, nice. Raven, for you to leave this room, I wish for you to tell me something. Tell me a secret, Raven.
What sort of secret you after?
A secret close to your heart.
Oh,
Tell me about your brother.
my brother. I cannot remember his name. I can't remember what it looked like. But he was kind, helped me. Without him, I would not be who I am today.
So you say this, and he seemed very this figure has seemed very tense the whole time he talked to you both times, and once you've said this, he kind of relaxes very slightly, and has a smile upon his face. Congratulations, sir. You have completed my first task. You have opened yourself to who you really are. I wish for you to not forget your past. Now, as a reward, so the room immediately expands, like to maybe 20 foot cube, and
That's a thick ass ball.
and on every part of the wall, you see every single like item in your inventory.
Oh,
Pick one.
there's my sword.
Okay, so you walk over, you grab the sword, and everything else kind of disappears around you. As you turn around, you then notice two doors at kind of. So you're in one corner. You're in, like, let's say the bottom right corner. Imagine on Roll20.
Yeah.
Up in the top left corner, there is two doors.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Are you gonna go over to them?
I'll approach the doors.
Okay. As you approach the doors, you notice the door on the left. Well, they're both these old wooden doors. The door on the left, above it is engraved, kind of the picture of a wolf, and on the right is engraved, kind of these, almost you describe it as kind of caveman like type visuals of one larger man next to a slightly smaller man, and then next to an even smaller man.
Okay.
Yes. What do you plan to do?
I'm going to approach the door,
Which one?
like the one on the left.
Okay, what the wolf?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So are you gonna open it instantly, or?
I'm going to quickly listen, see if there's anything, see if there's anything.
Okay. So you put your ear to the door, and you hear very muffled sounds. You can hear the wind brushing against trees, and you can hear a very slight kind of panting. what you could only really describe as the panting of kind of a dog.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna quick before I open a door. I'm gonna quick do the same, but on the other door.
Okay. As you go over to the other door, you hear, still muffled, you hear kind of the typical sounds of what you'd hear like in quite a busy village. You hear like people talking. You can hear like footsteps. You can hear like sellers. You can hear all sorts of stuff.
Okay. I'm going to go through that door.
What, the village one?
Yeah.
Okay. So you open the door. And now we bring ourselves back to Rozes. Welcome back.
Nah, that's mugging me off.
Where were we, Rozes? I can't even. What was above? What did I say was above the door? I can't. Oh my god.
I don't think you said anything was above the door.
No, I don't think I did. Okay. Yeah. So you walk through just a door, and there you are. Sorry, bro.
Yeah.
Inside. Inside the door, you see two people. A woman.
Hey.
And where are we? A man. But the woman is dressed much more decadently than the man. However, she seems... They're both tieflings, by the way. The man on the left has skin very similar to you.
Mm-hmm.
And the woman on the right has kind of a more bluey skin.
Okay.
And they are in typical tiefling marriage wear. But the man on the left is much more raggedy, and the woman on the right is very kind of noble.
Okay.
And they're stood in the middle, holding their hands, each of their hands.
All right. I'm processing this.
Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna shout at him. I'm like, "Hey guys." Any response?
They both turn their heads to you, and the woman kind of looks at you and smiles in like a joyful, like welcoming way, and the guy kind of looks at you with a little bit of disgust. He's a bit confused as to why you're there.
Yeah, I'm used to this reaction. All right. I'm gonna say, congratulations on getting married.
What?
The woman seems very happy that you've said this, and the man kind of he carries on his kind of disappointed, disgusted kind of facial expression, as you'd say.
Men.
Literally.
I'm gonna be like, what are you guys doing in this labyrinth? You come here often?
Out from the shadows now.
That's what I was waiting for.
Well, you've got your eyes kind of fixated on these people, and from the top left, you notice two people come out.
More people, yay.
An older man and an older woman, and they walk out together and kind of look at you. They both also have quite red skin, and also in this kind of very noble wear that you do recognize yourself. And the man says, well, they're here for their wedding. What? Wait, no, you said congratulations on your wedding, sorry. They walk over, and the man says, and you are?
My name is Roses. I am an explorer, we'll say that. And I just stumbled upon this room because there was a beholder in the other one. Are you aware of that?
Did he pass through this room?
They kind of look at you and like smile, as though you've just told like some dad joke, and they kind of just almost just completely ignore your comment, and they say, "Oh well, so who are you related to?"
Like in general or in this room?
Well, I do not recognize you as my son's relative. Are you a distant friend or a relative of my brain stopped working. My new in-law to be.
Do I know either of the people?
You do not. You do not recognize them specifically.
Okay. I'm gonna say I am a wedding crasher
Okay.
from the Mailfield house.
Well, they kind of go, "Oh, well, it's a pleasure to meet you, Zorius."
Huh? I didn't say that.
And they walk up to you, and they both give you a hug.
I'm gonna give him a hug back.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna back away after the hug is over
Okay.
and be like, how'd you know who I was?
They respond with, "Ah, yes, I couldn't agree more. I am incredibly happy for my son."
What the fuck?
What? That...
This is trippy.
I don't really understand what's going on at this point. So I'm gonna walk right past them because they're obviously bugging.
Okay.
And I'm gonna talk to the dude and I'm like, hey man, how's it going?
He looks at you and he says, "I am not happy. Help me." He kind of starts shaking a little bit, but
Why is this me?
the woman looks back at him and just smiles.
I'm gonna be like, so you don't want to get married, do you, bud?
He shakes his head like as a no.
All right. I'm gonna pat him on the back. I'm like, all right, I understand. I'm gonna walk up to his bride and I'm gonna be like,
Smack that ass.
Jesus Christ.
I'm like, how's it going, ma'am? How's... This seems like a nice day.
Oh, it is a wonderful day. I'm so happy. My love is finally going to be my husband.
And then I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna be like, that's so sweet. I'm gonna be like, when'd you know that you loved him?
Well, our parents set us up on a marriage just a week back, and I've just been all over him. I can't believe this is the first time we've met.
My 115, what should be being?
Okay, he's gonna lean in. He's gonna be like, is that really love though? It sounds like your parents just shoved this guy on you. Like, now he's your responsibility for life.
It is tradition, and I follow the ancestors' paths.
The ancestors can be wrong. Hot take.
So as you say this, you feel kind of an overwhelming,
The ancestors.
an, an overwhelming presence of eyes on you behind you.
Like more than the 4 that I should feel.
Yes.
Perhaps.
Do you want
I'm
to
gonna
turn around?
around.
Okay.
Yeah.
You turn around, and you see.
Women.
You see, 2 more elderly couples have arrived. However, they look completely identical to the first elderly couple. So
My
there is
God,
now
they're twins.
there is now 3 kind of clones of each other, all staring at you. But they're still smiling. They still seem very happy.
Oh god, that's terrible. Okay, so I'm gonna go on the other side of this woman, and continue our conversation like this, so I can still look at whatever you call this 6 group of 6, and I'm gonna be like, think about it. It's your life, so you should just do what you want.
I want him.
This isn't working like I thought it would. Okay. Now, what if I switch to the dude? I'm gonna talk to him. I'm gonna be like, hey man, so you should grow a backbone. If you don't want to get married, then just declare it right now, and I'll have you back.
But it is my destiny.
We shape our own destiny.
He
Rise up, troops.
he turns to you, and he's kind of he seems very shocked, and he looks back to his bride and kind of pushes her hands away, not in like a very aggressive way, but he kind of lets go and takes a step back, and
Nice.
looks at both of you.
All right, now I'm gonna walk in between them, and I'm gonna look at the old people, and I'm like, "You guys hear that? You old geezers! The future is in our hands now."
You know, it sounded
Okay,
like
Zuma.
the future's now, old man.
So as soon as he broke away, all the people, they dropped their smiles instantly, and they seem very angry.
They may.
Sounds about right.
Um,
I'm gonna hit him with the "Okay, boomer."
okay. So this bloke turns to them, and he kind of steps back into the corner, and they, in turn, follow him.
Fucking coward. Oh.
They kind of surround him and push their way past you.
Oh. I'm gonna grab one of their shoulders. I'm like, "Hey, wait a second. Leave him alone. You feel me?"
Okay. You do this, and it's a very similar reaction to the drow you met earlier. So the woman, you touch her shoulder, and she turns around instantly. Her head spins round, and she like hisses at you with her and has jaggedy teeth, and her eyes are very clearly like bloodshot and red, and she looks very pale and kind of veiny. And behind the woman, you notice that there is a door.
All right. Dang, I really told him I would stand with him, but I'm gonna back up and I'm gonna observe. What do they do?
Okay.
Do they just?
So they probably stand there for maybe like 20 seconds or so, and then all of a sudden, as if an order had just been like cast, they all just run into the corner and begin just hitting him and biting him and scratching him, and there's blood, and he is just getting mauled.
Oh, yikes!
And the woman is still standing there with her hands out, like smiling, looking at what's going on.
Yeah, this is above my pay grade. I'm gonna go to the door.
Okay.
Yeah. Is there anything interesting about this door?
It's a metal door. It's looks kind of bronze, and above the door is the face of a bull with the horns and all.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go through the door.
Okay. You head through the door.
Yikes! I let a man die.
Okay.
But it was his choice to die. He did it.
He did it to himself.
Fulgrim, you walk into the light door. Congratulations.
Oh, it's me. It's me, guys.
Yes, it's you. And in front of you, you see.
I just want to reunite with the boys.
You see.
What the fuck is that?
You see a man that can only be described as
Ronald
a
McDonald.
jester.
Oh, okay.
Now,
Wait.
this jester is not what you would typically describe as a jester.
Well, then how do I know it's a jester?
Well, no, he's wearing. What I mean is, he's wearing jester's clothes, but they're
Smart.
I'm just stating facts.
they're very ripped. They're very dirty. He's covered in scars, and he's
Oh,
kind of
shit.
stood there, with both his legs in chains, attached to either side of the door behind him, and he's kind of just stood there, like looking at the floor, very, very dead in the eyes.
This is the weirdest fucking labyrinth. I was expecting like a minotaur or something. Fuck. Okay. Is he moving?
No, he's just stood stone cold still. He takes one.
Stone cold Randy Orton.
He kind of looks up slightly and acknowledges your presence, but then just looks down.
What's up? Right. Is there anything else in the room?
On your left-hand side, you see a throne,
Oh.
and next to the throne, or no, opposite the throne is just a small wooden stool. So on your left-hand side there's a throne, on your right-hand side there's a wooden stool.
I'm gonna humble the fuck out of myself. Sit in the.
Okay. You sit in the stool, and he. Once you sat down, he then looks at you and keeps his eyes on you. They still look very dead, but he's watching you now.
Okay. There's no one else in the.
No.
Is he like blocking? Like, is there no way I could get?
You could just walk past him. He's not
Yeah.
specifically blocking, but they're
Just duck under the chains.
yeah. Well, I know. Well, they're on the floor because they're.
Oh, they're on the
attached
floor.
to
I
his legs,
I thought they were
No.
attached to either side of the door.
No. So you could just
Okay,
step over
alright.
the chains and probably unlock the door, but.
Okay, I'm gonna see what he does with us.
So you sit on that one, and he immediately like dislocks his eye contact with you, and you start to hear the chains rattle slightly, and he starts to dance, but very,
I knew it, I'm the king.
very kind of
I knew it was a trick.
very,
Shut the fuck up.
very. He seems very down. Like he's not your typical jester. He's kind of just like moving his body very slowly and with this very
I'm gonna
fake
sit
smile.
Super casually in the chair.
Okay.
Just be like, is something wrong?
He looks at you and he goes, "No, master." He carries on dancing.
That's right. Would you like to talk about it?
No, master.
What does he do if I stand up off the chair?
He continues to dance. He's still dancing.
All right. Okay, now he's dancing. I'm gonna walk up. To him.
Okay, the closer
I'm
you
not
walk, the closer you walk to him, the more he cowers more and more, and he slowly like creeps himself back to the door, and
Okay,
he's like,
okay.
all shroud.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay there, and I'm gonna get down on one knee.
Yeah.
Just kind of like because obviously he's like slouched downstairs just so I can look at him.
Yeah.
Are you scared of me?
No, master, no.
You can be truthful to me. I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm gonna like tuck the chain behind my back, kind of.
He relaxes slightly as he sees the chain kind of go away, but he still continues to kind of cower, and he's cowering, but he's still kind of very slightly dancing.
Yeah.
Like he's still trying to carry it on.
I'm enjoying this. Do you know who I am?
Yes, master.
Who am I?
You're the king, master.
Oh yes, I am. Oh boy.
Cleric is king.
Cleric is king. This is what it's like to have all 3 spell slots. No, I'm not. You don't have to be scared of me.
Sorry, master.
What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go to where the chains attached to the floor. What do the chains look like? Like, how do they look like?
They're just kind of your typical just iron chains, and they've got each got like a bolt in the wall. It's attached to the very bottom of the wall, and they've kind of got this bolt with a hoop in, and the chains attached to that.
Can I try and pull the peg out?
You try, but it's very heavily wedged in.
Okay. Actually, I have an idea. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wrap the chain, order the chain to grab it to kind of like link itself with the chains.
Okay.
And I'm gonna start pulling.
Okay. As you do this, he seems like horrified, and he kind of takes a step back. But you pull and you pull, and it seems like there's moments where it seems like it's about to move, like it's about to give way, but there's some force that kind of just pulls the bolt straight back into the wall. As if it's kind of someone holding it back rather than it actually being attached to the wall.
Are you doing this? Are you keeping yourself here?
He kind of just mumbles and stumbles, and he doesn't really come to a clear sentence.
Why is everything so difficult? Would you like to leave?
He shakes his head in a no way.
Would you like to leave? I'm gonna attempt. I know the chain can. I'm gonna attempt the chain to the just like temporarily.
Wait, what was that? Sorry, you cut out a little bit.
Sorry, I said I'm gonna. Wait, when did I cut off?
Only like slightly in that last sentence.
Oh, alright. I just said I'm gonna attempt to drop the chain to the floor.
Oh, okay. So you drop the chain to the floor, and he kind of winces a little bit as if you're about to kind of hit him with it. And he goes, I can't leave, master.
What? Why not?
I have nothing.
Well, you can have something. Zip. No, I'm just kidding. But damn it, why do I ruin my own emotional moments? Right. Right. Fuck's sake. Right. Well, look, I'm pretty sure I'm stuck here with you. I'm stuck here just like you. Have you tried to leave?
No, master. I would never leave you.
What if... Here. What if you left with me?
Master,
What if I ordered you to leave?
I would leave.
Then leave.
But
Your
don't know
king
how.
says so.
As he says he doesn't know how, he begins to sob and he stops dancing.
Fucking pussy.
And he kind of like starts shouting, I'm a failure, I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry, I just got like hella. Nice.
You just kind of.
I just got hella vibes from when you did Angels.
Oh, hell yeah.
Lois.
Oh,
Right. Have you always been in these chains? Do you know who put you in these chains?
You, master.
Oh, fuck. That wasn't me. I understand it's difficult. It may feel like it was me, but it wasn't me. That the same person put me here. And what I'm gonna do is I am gonna look at the thingy. I'm gonna cast. What am I gonna cast? I'm gonna spend a spell slot because I want to do maximum damage. Cast Guiding Bolt, aiming at the chain. Not my chain.
Okay, yeah.
I was holding it back.
Okay.
Do we to roll to try and hit it, or is it
no, I'm just gonna let you hit it for narrative purposes.
Okay.
You know, you
I
hit.
roll 46.
Yes.
That is. Oh yeah. Oh, this is.
What happened?
That's 18 points of radiant damage.
Okay. You hit, and it immediately snaps the chain in half.
Oh yes, it.
And his
fucking
left leg is
does.
now free. Well, it's still attached to the chain, but it's not attached to the wall. And he kind of jumps and is very scared by this.
Well, what I'm gonna do is I don't actually want to waste another spell slot just in case. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try cast Sacred Flame on the next one instead.
Okay.
I don't think I need 4d6. 1d8 might be enough.
Okay. Once you shot this, he quickly jumped up and began dancing again like he was before, on his feet.
I'm
And he
not
goes
aiming
back in
at
the front.
you. I'm gonna look at the other chain and Sacred,
Okay.
and that'll do. Hang on,
Again.
1d8.
I'll let you hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. That one done 3 points of radiant damage.
Okay. Even though it's not done particularly much, it still melts through, and the other leg is free.
I'm gonna hold out. Wait, is he locked by all 4 limbs?
No, just his legs.
Just his. All right,
Yeah.
all right. I'm gonna hold out my hand
Okay.
and say you can come with me.
So as you do this, he stops and he looks at you, and for the first time, you see him smile.
Yes.
And master. And he smiles and he starts like shaking, and he puts his hand behind his back and he goes, "Help me." And in your outstretched hand, he places a knife in it, and he looks up to the sky and puts his arms out. Or looks up to the ceiling.
Help you? What do you mean?
He then
I'm getting a sense from the dagger, but
He then proceeds to grab his shirt and rip his shirt open, showing the chest,
Oh,
the
calm
side of
down.
the chest where his where his heart would be.
wait, there's a hole in his chest.
No, there's not a hole in his. No, I mean he's
I thought you
yeah.
meant-
No, he's just
Okay.
opened his shirt very slightly
Okay.
to show the skin of where his shirt would, where his heart would be, that kind of area.
Why? Okay, I see what you're getting at, but why?
It's my only freedom, master.
But you can leave with me. We can, I mean, I don't exactly have a lot of gold, but I can help. There's a lot of temples in Moradin that.
This is my wish, master. Please.
Compass. Compass is. I can't do that.
Once
I won't, and I'm gonna throw the dagger behind me.
you do this, and he puts his head down and he goes back to his very depressive state, and he stands to the side, looks at you. Leave me.
Come on, you can come with me.
He doesn't say anything, and he starts to dance again. Very slowly, and
I'm going to
I'm
contemplate for a
Joker vibes here.
Yes. Yes.
I'm gonna contemplate for a minute.
Okay.
And just think what the fuck Borodin would want me to do.
You know what?
Shit.
You know what? I'll let you have a think.
Alright,
And
alright.
oh god, and we're gonna move over to Leoaver. Welcome back.
Hello there.
So you walk into the room with this man on your shoulder.
Yes.
As you walk into the room, you notice there are bodies on either side of you, all similar looking to the man. Well, they're all different, like people, but they all have the same kind of, look about them.
Do they all look dead?
Yes, they all look very dead.
This is nightmare. Not real. I've acknowledged their presence. I acknowledge that they're there, but I'm gonna just keep walking forward.
Okay, go for it.
And when I get to the center of the room,
Yep.
seeing as how everyone's here, I'm going to lay down the man I've been carrying.
Mm-hmm.
And as I lay him down, I'm going to say this. Don't worry, DM, you're going to know what I say in a minute.
Yes.
Rava, Salon, Brath, Vapu, Araton. Rava, Salon, and Brath. Rava, Salon, and Brath. And I lie him down, I make sure his eyes are closed, arms are crossed.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of kneel beside him for a few moments.
Okay.
After my moments have passed, I will get up, look at the corpses around me,
Mm-hmm.
but I will continue walking towards the door.
Um.
Oh wait, there is no door.
Just walked into the fucking wall.
Just
all
like
you
really sad.
You just see an archway above
Oh,
ahead of you.
archway.
Yes, an archway.
Okay, I'm gonna walk towards the archway.
Okay.
Go through.
Yep. You go through the archway. I'm going to take you straight through.
Okay.
And you see more bodies, the same kind, across the sides. However, this time, in the top right corner, you see a cart, much similar to one your family had.
I'm gonna immediately start walking towards this cart. Top right, you say?
Yeah.
I haven't seen this in years. I'm going to investigate
Yep.
the cart.
You notice fairly quickly that it is the cart that your mother would have owned or ridden on, and it's very worn and very used since the last time you would have seen it. Yeah, but it's still in one piece.
I'm going to walk through the cart.
Okay.
I'm going to try and find my mother.
Okay. You walk in and you see a body with the same kind of inflictions. However, you notice that this is a man, not a woman, and It's kind of you recognize him as one of the men that would just basically be like a fighter or like a guard of your kind of group.
Right. Are they alive?
This man does seem dead. He seems to have passed.
Okay. I'm going to look at the woman. I'm going to say, we'll see.
My guy, what? What woman?
Oh,
Oh no, it's a man. Sorry, it's a man that was. My bad.
oh wait, the man looks.
Emotion
Wait,
crush.
wait. Inside the thing,
Yeah.
the massive large thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's just one man in there, dead.
Oh, there's just a.
Yeah.
wow.
Sorry, there is no. Yeah. Sorry, there is no woman
Sorry.
in there.
That's all right.
There's just one
and
man.
he looks dead. Right. Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to lift his head up.
Mhm.
I'm going to look at him, inspect the body,
Mhm.
and I'll place the head back down and carry on moving through the cart, see if I can find anything relating to my mother.
You notice on the floor there is a playing card, or more of a fortune card. On it is the sign of the moon. Wait, are we good? Are we live?
I don't know what happened there, I'll be honest. I got to playing cards of the moon.
Yes, the playing card of, like, as in the fortune card of what would be described as the moon. If that makes sense. You might not kind of recognize the cards even, because yeah. Okay, sorry, I'm making a mare of this. Basically, it's just, you know, your average fortune card which you would have used, and it has like the moon on, and it says moon.
Sorry, what does it say you cut out?
It has a moon on, and it says moon in
It says
Elvish.
moon.
In Elvish.
Oh, okay. I'm going to examine the card. I'm going to say, Nodal. The moon. Why is this here? Is there any further I can explore the cart, or have I pretty much like hit the limit, would you say?
You can have a look, but there's very little. There's pretty much next to nothing in there.
Is there not any herbs or?
No, everything
just
seems to have been stripped from the carriage and taken away.
Abandoned. I'm going to exit the car, and is there a way forward?
Yeah, there is a singular door with a moon engraved on it, like crescent
Pull
moon.
out the playing card and compare the moon on the playing card to the moon on the stone.
They look identical.
I'm going to walk through the door.
Okay. Now, I'm going to take us to Raven, funnily enough. Welcome, Raven.
Hello.
Welcome back. You're back in the room.
Thank you.
So you wander into a room. And you heard panting, and you heard... Oh, no, sorry. You heard people speaking, and you heard, like, generic village noise. And you walk through,
Oh dear.
and you're in kind of a kitchen area,
Okay.
and you see a kind of a late teenager kind of cooking something. Up there. Over there.
Cute.
At the end.
I go to investigate further.
Okay. How are you gonna...
Just approach with caution in case they try to stab me.
Okay. You approach with caution in case they try and stab you. And to your right, you hear a crash, and you spin around and you see a door has been burst open, and just guards have flooded the room and are running over to this man.
I ask what's going on. You know, they probably can't understand me.
They do not acknowledge your existence or being there.
Story of my life.
They proceed to grab the man, who kind of looks around and like is shouting what and what's going on, what's happening. And as he's getting dragged away, you lock eye contact with him, and you recognize this man as your older brother.
Oh. Tyson's backstory.
And they drag him out of the door.
Like brother I go.
What
follow
you
them.
Okay, you follow them into an outside area. And as you walk out the door, you notice that this man has, the scene has changed from what you imagined. You are out into an open space, with a wooden block and a man draped in all black, including a black mask, wielding a large axe. And your brother is pushed down onto his knees and head onto the block. There is lots of people kind of... There's lots of people kind of cheering as a crowd, and there is also... The boys. However, you also notice a man who looks familiar, but you can't quite tell who he is, kind of in the distance, like crying. Do you do anything? At this point?
I try to intervene.
Okay. As you go to intervene, you notice that you are there, but you're not physically there. You go to touch people and
Hand goes through.
Yes, your hand goes through, and like on objects, you don't seem to be there.
Ghost.
Yes, kind of.
And
And the guards, there is a guard who's wearing kind of like more armor than most, so you would guess that he's like in charge. He shouts, "You have committed an act of treason. Your head shall be separated from your body."
sounds Russian.
Yes. Someone from the crowd shouts, "What's his crime?" And the man goes, "He committed treason. He is here to be sentenced for his brother's crime.
Oh,
Do you-
a bad boy.
Do you have any last words?" And
I shall stop.
You shall stop. What are you stopping?
What?
What are you stopping? I'm confused.
The execution?
Okay, how do
I
you?
shall stop.
Okay, you shout stop, and the man on the block, your brother, he looks at you, and he's surprised, and he has a smile on his head, and he shouts. He goes to shout Raven, and as soon as he's finished, like the first syllable, the axe comes down, and his head falls off and rolls into the crowd. That was an interesting way
Why
of
are you laughing?
explaining it. But yes, his body falls to the ground, and everyone starts cheering, apart from the man in the back. Anything?
I shout, no!
Okay.
Wow.
So as I presume, are you going to go over?
Yeah, I go over, yeah.
Okay. As you go over, you notice people kind of they're happy, but they're also kind of disappointed. They're whispering like, "Oh, this would have never happened if his brother had just handed himself in." It's like, and they all start saying like, "It's all Raven's fault. Raven did it," and they're all kind of. Do you remember in GCC drama when you did that kind of tunnel thing where you walk through the tunnel and people are like saying things at you?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that.
Okay.
And they're all kind of just saying how bad you are, but they're not directing at you because you're not there.
Alright.
Okay, so what are you gonna do?
I start to sort of back away.
Okay. As you back away, the people they start to notice you. They start to turn their heads and look at you, and including the guards, but they don't say anything.
I sort of go as if to introduce myself.
Okay, and they all suddenly look very angry and begin to step forward. And they start shouting, "It's him! Raven! Get him!" And they start like pulling out any kind of makeshift weapons they have. The guards start to walk forward. The sky slowly darkens and it's kind of turned to night incredibly quick.
I sort of start to run.
Okay. There's the open door where you just came through. Or there's okay, yes. You look around and you see a singular house where you came from, or you can see a very clear pathway into the woods surrounding you. Where?
Wait, what was the first option?
Just back into the house you came out of.
Yeah, I run back into the house.
Okay. You run back into the house, shut the door, leave the door open. What are you doing?
Yeah, I go back into the house.
Yeah, what do you do with the door after you've got in?
I barricade it.
Okay. You begin to barricade it, and people start banging on the door and kind of banging on the walls and the windows, and they start trying to get in, but it's just not working. And they're like screaming at you. They're screaming your name. And once again, you turn around, and behind you are two doors, and one of them has a wolf above it again.
Oh.
One of them has again the three men. However,
Okay.
before you're able to take a step, you notice another door on your right. So these doors are directly in front of you. You notice a door on your right,
Okay.
and it has just a circle above it.
I'm gonna go through the wolf door.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You go through the wolf door. Now, Cameron, I know you have work tomorrow, so if you would like to go, that is fine. I do not blame you, because
That's fine. I can stay.
yeah. Well, I'm just worried that we won't have time to get back to you. It's my only worry.
Oh, so I'll stick around.
Okay, we'll see. Hopefully we'll.
I finished early today, so
Oh, okay, perfect.
yeah, I finished at 5:30.
Okay, good. Well,
Which is banging.
who are we back to? We're back to Rozes.
Yes.
What door did I say you went through? I cannot remember for the life of me.
It looked like a bull or something.
Ah, yes, the ball, of course. Okay, so hang on, we're not even back to you. Ignore me. Fulgrim.
What's up?
We're at the. Hang on, stick around, Rozes. Don't worry, you'll be here in a sec. Fulgrim.
Debated.
Have you decided on what to do with your jester friend?
Other than kill myself. Hang on. Sorry, I'm so fucking ill. Like, literally, every time you're talking to someone else, I mute my microphone and blow the fuck out my nose. Like that should be dripping.
Nice.
But anyway,
Beautiful.
so keep it in the video.
Of course.
Right. So I'm gonna look at him and get down on one knee in front of him.
Yeah.
Why is this your only option?
I have nothing else, master.
Even if you come with me?
Yes, master. You broke my chains and I am nothing now.
But what if you continue to serve me out there?
He kind of looks very confused and hesitant to answer.
Do you know how to use that knife?
No, master.
Well, then that's fine. Because you can help me in other ways.
Jesus Christ.
Oh.
No, that's not what it was.
Sorry. See, we're doing it you now. Sorry, please carry on. This is an emotional moment.
Me and my friends can use all the people we can find right now. Because I'm not sure where they are, so I'd rather not be driven mad staying in here alone, so I'd appreciate the company.
Okay. He steps to your side and he looks at you and he says, he looks kind of, he stopped dancing, he looks kind of a bit happier, and he goes, I understand what I must do. I will serve you, master. And he steps around you again. And
If he goes anywhere near, I've already picked. I'm like keeping my hand like I'm like looking at like. Well,
yeah.
I'm trying to like reference to the chain, not to him.
Yeah, no.
But, like, I'm trying to look at the chain, like.
Yeah, he. But however, for the first time, he doesn't seem phased at all by the chain.
Okay, good. I just don't want him to fucking stab himself.
I will serve you. And he kneels down. He
gonna
crouches
grab
down.
the fucking chain.
Okay.
Whip it towards his hand.
Okay. Roll a d20.
Oh shit! Fuck! Right, Adam. Is this like an attack?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So. Oh shit! That's only a 7.
Okay.
No!
You miss, and it kind of hits the ground just in front of him. And as he does this, he grabs the knife and he kind of like falls back a little bit and is shocked at you. And
Oh no!
he looks at you and smiles and says, "Don't worry, master. I'll serve you in another life." And he proceeds to cut his own throat and fall to his knees and die.
Fuck! I'm gonna run towards
Lol.
it. Is there any like? Is he instantly dead?
Yes. He's like, you know, he'll be dead in seconds.
Right, I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds.
Okay.
I'm gonna put my hand on his throat and cast Cure Wound. Fuck. Right, that's a 1d8 plus 3. Cool. Hang on, wait. I think I just rolled a 1. Yeah, I rolled a 1d10. My bad. That's 7 points. 7 points of healing.
Okay.
I ain't letting him fucking die.
Yes, you heal his neck. And he kind of gasps. He gasps for air. And he looks at you. And he stands up and he hugs you and begins to sob.
I'm gonna
You drop
hug him
the knife.
back. I'm gonna hug him back. I don't know this fucking man and I love him so much. Jesus Christ. I'm just gonna hug him back. I'm just gonna.
Okay.
It's alright. It's alright. That's a point. Roughly how old does he look?
He looks probably in his late 30s.
Alright, I'm gonna just it's alright.
he then stops hugging and he kind of wipes away his tear and he says,
Just a single tear.
yes, just a single tear. And he says, I hope I've served you well, master.
You will.
And he kind of leans back in and he goes to your ear and he whispers to you, I will see you in Iska, master. And he smiles. He turns around. He walks straight through the wall and goes.
I need a minute. That was... Fuck. I'm just gonna fall to my knees.
Okay.
Fuck. Right. I'm gonna pick up the chain. I'm gonna sling it over my shoulder.
Yep.
And I'm gonna leave.
Okay.
Oh, fuck. I'm like real life panicking. Holy shit.
Okay.
I'm like, Jesus Christ.
So you walk up to the door, a wooden door. Oh no, not a wooden door. I apologise. A metal door. You could describe it. It looks bronze to you. And
right.
above it, engraved is the mark of a bull.
Well, guess we're going this way, and I will push it open.
Okay.
I'll attempt to anyway.
Rozes, welcome back. You're back in the room.
Oh, fuck.
Rozes?
Yeah.
Okay, so Rozes, you walk in straight into a corridor. And as you walk in, you look straight down the corridor and you see another door, and out of that door has emerged Fulgrim.
Nice.
Oh, what's up?
Welcome.
I'm gonna run to Fulgrim. I'm like,
Meanwhile, Fulgrim's still crying because of what just happened.
Fuck, I wasn't fucking crying! Oh, fuck. Roses, I'm gonna pull Roses into a hug.
Oh.
Fuck.
yeah, I'm gonna give Fulgrim a hug. I'm gonna be like, man, this is crazy.
Dude, Roses, fuck. Fuck, oh, Jesus Christ. What the fuck happened?
I don't know, but I woke up in a room and I couldn't move, and some
So did I.
ghost or something. I don't know, man.
Did you see the human person ghost thing?
Yes, the one that let us pick an item. He let me pick one item.
I never got to pick an item.
Did you see the thing that brought all of our stuff?
What, the drow?
Yeah, that.
Yeah, that one didn't really say anything. Why?
It hissed at me.
It what?
It hissed at me. I don't think.
What, like a...
Yeah,
Or was it more like
just-
a...
What the
Fuck. That ain't no hiss.
That sounded like Perry the Platypus.
Was it like threatening or was it like
Perfect octopus.
seductive?
What an unexpected surprise! By unexpected, I mean completely expected!
But I met a beholder. There was a beholder in here.
A what?
Yeah.
What? I don't even know what those are. Would I know what a beholder is?
Yeah. You'd know kind of what
Okay.
it is. You'd know it like as a legend.
How
You know
many
they
eyes did it
exist.
have? I heard it had like... Right, I can also go fuck myself, that's also fine.
Oh wait, no,
Wait,
you
no,
cut out.
You cut out.
I
You cut out before you said the number, so we're like,
heard it had 20.
I don't know how many it had. I was shitting myself.
That's fair enough. I've heard they're quite scary. Apparently it has like one of those rays that can like turn you to stone, and then like another that can like turn you to dust. It's like, how the fuck does it choose?
How does it choose?
Yeah, like you know, like it's got options.
What if it does both, but it turns it to stone first, so no one knows?
Oh shit.
Big brain.
What do you reckon its big eye does?
See?
Yeah, but I think they all do that. It's like fucking Kamehameha out of it. Anyway, have you like? Did you fight it or
Oh no, it gave me a riddle.
a riddle? What? Wait, what was the riddle? What was the riddle?
It asked me what its name was, and then it said, I am you, and you are me.
Was its name you?
Yes.
First
Wait,
try.
how did-
First try.
it took me all 3 tries.
How the fuck did it take you all 3 tries?
I thought he wanted my name, and I have 2 of those.
Wait, I mean, we all have 2 names. Mine's Fulgrim Cadrell. Your Rozes, I assume.
Yes? Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. All right. I ain't questioning it. Anyway,
Well,
we should probably try to find the others. I just had to prevent a suicide by knife.
I caused them lynching.
You caused a what?
Yeah.
What the fuck? What the fuck? I thought this. He said labyrinth. I assumed there'd be like a minute. Murder on
No.
the Orient Express, kind of like shit.
Maybe there will be.
Ah, fuck. the Minotaur's gonna give us a.
But,
Right. I assume we should go through this door here then.
I assume as well.
And then we shall pass through. But the Dungeon Master's gone.
He's here. Don't worry.
Oh, he's back!
Congrats.
We just
Imagine
roleplayed
that's-
for
yeah.
like 3 minutes. I was proud of that.
I'm proud as well.
Character
I think the first
roleplay.
one was so boring the DM left.
Oh no, I was enjoying it. I heard most of it, but I really needed a wee. I'm sorry.
Anyway, right, we've decided to go through the door.
Okay. Yes. The door has a symbol above it. It looks like a crescent moon.
A crescent moon?
Yes.
If there's an arse on the other side of this door.
What the fuck?
Use a
I
moon.
mean, wouldn't be on the other side of it.
So you head through the door, and now we take ourselves to Leoaver.
Hey!
Hey.
Welcome back. Leoaver, you walk into a large empty room. With your card still in hand. However, there is no dead bodies this time, and a singular door at the end. There's nothing in this room. There is just it's lit up by candles, but there is a door ahead of you, and there is a door to the side of you somewhere. I've lost my doors. Oh, there they are. Sorry.
What does the door to the side of me? Does that have a symbol up top, or is it just look like a plain wooden door?
It is a plain wooden door with a sword above it,
Okay.
and the door ahead of you is engraved 2 hands kind of meeting, like as a handshake.
Right. I'm going to inspect the door, the sword door, you know.
Okay. As you go to inspect the door, you hear something behind you.
Fuck off.
There is a creak.
A what?
A creak from the other door. And what you see when you spin round is a horrifying sight.
It's
Oh.
Fulgrim!
Fulgrim and Rozes! Welcome!
I was just joking, but I respect
No,
it.
yes, you actually come through.
Fuck
Oh,
yeah.
it's
Fulgrim. Fulgrim! Shit!
She's like tries to go back to the room.
Like I'm trying to open the door. There's a dwarf! There's a dwarf!
You got
Fulgrim?
Leoaver?
Rozes?
Leoaver.
I'm gonna walk forward and I'm gonna give him a hug.
Stop!
I'm gonna
What do you
join
mean
the hug.
stop?
Oh, group hug.
Group hug, sandwich
Group hug.
hug, no homo. Fuck it. It's
I'm gonna
probably wrong.
hang on, I'm gonna roll to grapple. That's a
You
20.
son of a bitch, I'm in.
You son of a bitch, I'm in. I'm gonna give him a hug. And right, what's been happening with you then? Because he faced a beholder. I stopped fucking Ronald McDonald from killing himself.
Got like a tear all down my cheek. I'm like,
You're
I found my mother's cart.
not. Hang on. Would I know about that?
Probably not. No.
Probably not. No.
You'd know that. You'd know that he lived, or not lived on a cart, but travelled on a cart. Cart regularly,
Yeah.
but you wouldn't. You
I
wouldn't
got
really
like
know
a
much.
caravan party, my guy.
Yeah. I'm just gonna put a hand on his shoulder and just nod.
There.
I saw what
Oh.
became of my people. Ill. Sickened. Horrifying.
Do you know who did it? If anything?
It was no one person's doing, it was just bad luck. I'm sorry, of course you never knew, did you?
I didn't.
Oh,
It's-
this was after you went away. An illness struck upon my people, and my mother led everyone away to a safe location where the illness could not spread any further.
I'm sorry, Leoaver. We'll pay our respects when we can.
Shall pay respects when we find my mother.
For now, let's
I
get
mean-
out of here.
So, have you been having a weird day as me, Roses?
I guess that was pretty heavy. I kind of just been charading through these doors.
Hang on, wait. Tell him what you found.
Me,
Yeah.
the beholder.
There was a beholder, Leoaver.
DM, do I know about a beholder?
You will have heard of them in myth. You'll kind of know. You kind of know basics about him. You won't know.
Oh,
things.
yeah.
I mean, in this place, I have no idea if it's real, but like, that's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, you'll know how scary and OP they are.
You fought a beholder, Roses.
No, I didn't fight him. I answered a riddle, but he got like this close to my face, like as close as we are.
I reckon. If he got it wrong on the third try, he would have fucking like either chomped you up or he would have like turned you to stone or something. That would have been kind of funny.
Death.
It's funny, Fulgrim.
I mean, this kind of cool, isn't it? Come on, like,
That's-
killed by a beholder.
That. I'm just gonna chuckle.
Not gonna lie, might have been
Yeah, but like,
Right.
imagine like the tiefling that gets mad pussy getting fucking killed by a beholder. You know what I mean?
I think I see the humor now, Fulgrim.
Thank you.
He's like drawing his sword. I see the humor, Fulgrim.
Raises my crossbow to your throat. We got ourselves a comedian, huh?
This conversation is just like, dude, I answered I got a riddle from Beholder. Did you answer it correctly? Perhaps. Right.
Right. What's this door then?
Well, it's got a sword above it. I say we're in for a fight.
Oh,
Probably
thank
crazy.
fuck.
The cleric wants to fight.
Yeah, but I'm getting bored of all the other shit in here. I like something
Thanks.
a little bit more straightforward. No, that's
I'm joking.
Good, I'm in character-wise.
You just like feel like a hard pull on your beard, just like what the fuck was that? The DM's playing God. Fucker.
I just getting fucking lost.
Right. I say we go forward.
Minotaur.
You first,
Find
Fulgrim.
Raven. Play.
Wait, why am I going first? I don't have any armor on.
You first, Fulgrim.
Oh.
And I'm gonna boot the door down. Wait, is it like
You're the only one here with a weapon. Me,
No,
I
he
have
has
a deck of cards.
crossbow.
I do have a crossbow.
Then you could get in front of me.
Wait, actually, that's a point. Out of all the things you could take, you took a deck of cards.
Sentimental value. Some things
He-
can't
he-
be
he-
bought.
He said we'd get everything back if we die. I'm pretty sure the dagger was really like ensuring your survival.
Well, you can buy weapons and armor. This
Not
deck of
from a
cards-
fucking labyrinth, you can.
No, but I have hopes we'll make it out. Possibly.
Yeah, probably without any help from your fucking cards. I'm gonna walk through the.
These cards do more than you think. Mark
I
my
didn't like
words.
that.
Oh.
Fulgrim didn't like that.
Just in the top left. No one likes that. Right, DM, we've gone through the door.
Okay.
What do we
Oh,
see?
sorry. You've gone through the door. You see that it is Raven's turn.
Oh fuck! All right, I'm gonna go fucking blow my nose again.
Okay.
Mate, honestly, look, whenever I get tired.
Raven,
Yes.
you walk into a room.
Okay, that's
Sorry.
Three.
My brain turned off. You walk into a room and you see. You walked into the wolf room. You walk into a room and you see a large room with a kind of what looks like a strange just patch of hay or straw in the center of the room. Very little
Okay.
else. There's apart from on each side of the wall, apart from the side you just came in, there is 4 doors on each side of the room.
alrighty.
What are you
What
gonna
do
do?
I do?
What are you gonna do? I don't know. You tell me.
I'm going to approach it.
Okay. What the stack of hay?
Yeah.
Okay. You approach it, and you notice that the hay is kind of on this very very slight like step up, and at the bottom of the step up there is a kind of a metal plate with a name in. The name is Androgeus, spelt Androgeus.
Okay.
Are you gonna do
I
anything?
investigate the name further.
Okay. Do you want to do I don't know, an intelligence check, or no? Do you want to do a history check?
Let's do it.
Roll on Discord.
Okay. And just get it up quickly.
It's fine.
I think I've rolled 15.
That was your first. That was the one you did earlier.
Oh.
Oh.
Three.
Okay. You rolled a 3. You do not recognise this name.
Oh.
Um. Yes. Very. Now, as you're investigating this name, you hear a mighty roar from.
Ooh.
You can't quite place where it's coming from, but it's quite a monotone roar. It's very low,
Okay.
very loud, but. Any thoughts?
I hide behind a stack of hay because I'm a great big wimp.
Well, because it's basically it's a stack of hay on a wall, so or on a step up. So whereabouts? What, as in you're actually going to hide inside the stack of hay?
Yeah, inside the stack of hay.
Okay. You jump in the stack of hay, and a couple of minutes pass, and you suddenly hear what sounds like hoof prints or hoof noises, kind of coming from behind you.
Nay.
Thank you. So they slowly get louder and louder. Are you gonna do anything as they get louder, or?
I'm gonna say hello.
Okay. You hear the hoof prints stop, and you now hear a far louder roar from behind one of the doors behind you. Okay. So the door swing. Are you looking in this direction at this point?
Yeah.
Okay. The door swings open, and out comes a ginormous minotaur. You know that minotaurs are deadly, very aggressive. You would not 100% not be able to fight one on your own. They're very aggressive in the sense that they would probably just try and kill you just straight away. Thoughts, feelings, emotions?
Okay, I try to. I don't fight it.
What are thoughts and feelings?
What?
I mean, I'm feeling like, like I'm going to die.
Yes.
Because there's a bit of a minotaur just chilling.
Yeah.
And I can't fight it. So I'm just like, crikey, let's just try calm the beast down.
I want to add it doesn't know exactly where you are. It's heard your voice, but it doesn't.
Oh.
It's not aware of your presence in its stack of hay or whatever it is.
Okay, I try to hide. I still hide.
Okay. You're just gonna stay hidden.
Yeah.
Okay. So you walk. So it walks past you, as if it's about to kind of hop in its haystack. However, just before it does, you can hear kind of a voice or multiple voices to your right, and
What are they saying?
they're just muffled. They're very faint and very muffled, but due to you being deadly silent and this minotaur not making particularly much noise, you can just about hear muffled noises. However, you also notice that the minotaur has realised this. Its ears immediately twitch, and it rushes over to the specific door and pulls it open and heads through, leaving it wide open. What are you going to do?
I might follow the minotaur.
Okay. Yeah, you follow the minotaur. You follow the minotaur down a corridor, keeping it a very safe distance. And it reaches another door at the end of this corridor. And it
Lovely.
bursts through and runs off to the right where you can't see it.
Okay.
You
I'm going to go to the right and completely follow the minotaur because it seems to know where it's going.
Okay. So you follow the minotaur and it goes to the right, and as you are about to walk out the corridor, it is standing there in front of a door with a sword above it engraved.
Okay.
And I'm presuming you don't obviously just run out.
No.
Okay.
I sort of like duck to cover.
Okay. Leoaver, Rozes, Fulgrim, back in the room.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
Okay. So you
we
all
need to kill some bitches.
walk into the door. You all walk through the door. There you are. Congratulations, you walk through the door.
If you emotionally manipulate me again, is that going to
Oh
be
no,
a
it's
fight?
not going to be that.
You look ahead of you and you see a door ahead of you. Wait, yeah, you look forward, you see a door ahead of you and a door to your right.
This seems like the exact same floor plan of the room we just did.
The door ahead of you looks like it had something engraved, but it's been chipped out. So it's kind of just a big, like, hole in the wall almost. And the door on your right has what looks like a crown engraved above it.
Hold up, I'm about to fucking sneeze.
Achoo.
Never mind, the sneeze won't come.
What do you think the crown could mean?
I know you asked Rozes, but I was referred to as a king earlier by the jester dude that I prevented from killing himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, he kept calling me master and chained up and told me I'm the one that put him there and that I was the king.
Oh, Fulgrim. Here I thought you liked to help people.
Fuck off.
Now
I
you're
didn't
lording
actually.
over them.
I didn't actually put him there, did I?
I don't know. He was calling you master.
Yeah, well, he also slit his own throat and I had to close up the.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, exactly. I've still got the fucking blood on my.
Based on that, I say we don't go through the crown door.
Aww. Right. Let's go for the mystery door. fucking Paddy Guinness comes out. He's like, no, I see.
Fulgrim, I just want to say you don't actually have any blood on you anymore. It just disappeared.
Oh, the blood's gone.
Yeah, you didn't notice it.
I
go.
apologise,
It's just
Leoaver. I told him blatant lie.
So as you're
Lied to me.
standing here bickering, arguing, you see the door ahead of you fling open,
Fuck.
and to your surprise, I don't know if you were listening to mine and Cameron's conversation.
Oh, I was.
Yeah.
Out comes a Minotaur, very large.
Oh, fuck off.
Um,
You weren't listening, Rhys. I was. I prepared myself mentally.
No, it's just the fact that I've been saying it all.
Yeah, I know.
Do it.
There's a labyrinth.
He doesn't run straight at you. He just kind of stands and stares at the three of you.
I knew that.
Fuck.
Wait, is it right? Based on the picture, is he also actually holding a giant?
Yes, he is also holding a giant axe. Sorry, I should have elaborated on that.
Wait, is this why you are asking me about the gore attack earlier?
No.
Oh fuck! Oh shit!
Now I am very worried.
Oh fuck! Oh no! Oh,
Before I'm going to allow you to do anything, Raven, Wolfson,
no.
you're looking at this Minotaur from behind, and you notice
He's looking at his fan.
your three friends, Leoaver, Fulgrim, and Rozes, standing in the other side of the door to you. Are you going to do anything?
I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna try stab the Minotaur in the back.
Wait, hang on, it hasn't even said anything yet.
You're going to stab the Minotaur in the back.
God.
Yes?
What if a friendly one?
Nah, the DM's made this out to be a very
Wait.
aggressive Minotaur.
That's the point. What? Just because I don't think I think I kind of fell asleep at that bit. What item did Raven take off the wall?
His sword.
A sword.
He did take a sword. Okay.
Yes,
I was just
don't
making sure because I
worry.
don't want him to say like he picked up his
Picked up a piece of paper.
Ezio's hidden blade.
So while Raven is sneaking up behind it, the Minotaur takes a step forward, and because it does this, you are then able to kind of see just beyond it, and you're able to see Raven sneaking. To your surprise. Yeah, I'll leave it to you guys.
Is that Raven?
He looks fucking old.
Oh yeah, I forgot he's old as shit.
I've got a beard.
What's he doing?
Wait, Raven, stop!
So you just about walk in the door and you hear Fulgrim say this.
I pull back.
Okay. But however, because of this, the Minotaur now realizes that you're there. It takes a glance at you and kind of stands back to observe both of you.
This is awkward.
Anyone got a weapon?
Hang on, Raven, what the fuck happened to you?
Now?
Yeah, but look at him! I mean, he's got his beard's significantly short. Beard, like...
I'm gonna grab Fulgrim by the beard and look at him like, now is not the time.
Alright. Pull the fucking braid out.
Stop styling your beard mid-battle.
Like if the
It
look
takes
at it to say, we've got to fight our way out of this one.
Who said that?
Well, the Minotaur's clearly looking at eyeing us up, wants a piece of our meat, you know, so...
Fuck.
You what?
Are you... Hang on, are you gonna try and fight us? I'm talking to the Minotaur.
He turns to you, walks forward.
Oh shit.
And he looks directly at Fulgrim. And his mouth does not move.
Oh no.
And you hear a voice. All of you hear this voice. It's the same voice that you've been hearing all the whole time.
Yeah.
Travelers, alas, you are near the end of my labyrinth. Now, there is one way I can prevent my dear friend Androgeus from attacking you. Now, I wish for you to answer one question.
Is it a riddle?
Between between the four of you, you all have one specific responsibility.
Oh shit.
You have failed to remember your responsibility.
I have a responsibility.
Tell me his name.
Is it fucking Billy?
Is that...
Hold on.
What? Wait, the Minotaur's name?
What?
Wait, whose
No,
whose name?
He just said his.
Tell me. He said, "Tell me his name."
Well, the Minotaur's androgynous, but...
Wasn't that the little runt's name? Wasn't it Billy? I don't fucking know.
Oh, shit. Okay, so the answer is... Oh, fuck, I hate riddles.
Wait, what?
There's the halfling boy,
You got the goblin as well.
and there's the goblin. I think it's either that or the Minotaur's name.
Well, I don't know, man.
Dude, what happened to Chuck?
Chuck, there we go.
Chuck, that was his name.
Do you say this out loud?
Oh shh.
No, we're thinking.
Well, no, I mean, we've said the word
Yes.
Chuck.
You've said this out loud. I'm okay.
Okay.
He says, you
Chuck is a Minotaur.
remember,
Oh,
but where is your responsibility?
Well, you kidnapped us, so we don't know. How can I look for him when I don't know where I'm going? I don't know why I went Welsh.
I swear to God, if this Minotaur turns out to be Chuck, I'm gonna scream.
Plot twist!
So the Minotaur kind of backs up and it just goes and sits on the side.
Oh,
He kind of relaxes.
He's sitting there, one wrong answer.
See,
Dead.
I got very close to a fight, and then they gave me another fucking riddle.
And on the right, from that door, the door opens and out comes the man that you have all seen before, in the black
Chuck.
and the white. No, not that man.
Chuck is not a man.
He comes out and he says, "You have conquered my labyrinth in an interesting fashion, I would say. Quite dramatic, I will admit."
Guideline.
Okay, can I? Because obviously my person's traumatized by what he saw.
Yes.
Can I go up to this guy and just grab him by the throat?
You can fucking try.
Okay, you take one step forward and your body freezes. Your entire body is frozen in place. Yes, you stand still and you physically cannot move.
No. Oh, who are you?
He kind of ignores you and he carries on his words. So, you have completed this stage. And he begins to chuckle to himself. Now, as your reward for this part, I will grant you one more question each.
Oh, fuck. Enough of your bullshit. Let me go so I can finally release your head from your shoulders.
Jesus.
Raven,
So he looks over to Rozes first. Ask me something important this time.
Okay. How do you know so much about us?
I know all, my dear Zorius.
What?
Have you told them? No, you haven't. No one.
He's not told us.
Yeah, no.
I
that's
mean,
fine.
I heard it earlier. But that was when
no,
alone.
that's fine. I am everywhere. So as he says this, he's standing on the ground at this point. He shifts his body through multiple different kind of figures. So first he transforms into the woman at the Adventurers Guild, the one that disappeared. Then he transforms into each one of the the male adventurers that were also in the Adventurers Guild.
You dick.
Let me have a think.
Who else has he
Don't
been?
turn into fucking Chuck.
He then turns into Leoaver's kind of. Do you remember the bald short elf that helped you out of the racist scenario?
Oh, for fuck's
He
sake.
transforms into him.
I'm gonna say at least it wasn't the woman from the blooming ship.
He then transforms into the woman from the ship. You know, I'm that's canon. He's actually gonna do that. And then he just transforms back into his normal state. And he looks to Fulgrim.
Tell me the answers in the universe. No. Shit, what was the question? What do you want me for? Wait, no! Redacted!
You know, I'll allow you to redact. I'll allow.
Thank you. What did I do wrong? That might have been a worse question. Oh, fuck. I mean, I fucked it.
My dear Fulgrim,
Please don't call me that.
you are a wilting rose. See, you are a cleric by name, but your actions are violent.
Aww.
You have caused great pain, and I must say I'm disappointed, and He looks straight at your brooch and says, I know someone else who is disappointed. And he looks at Leoaver.
Fulgrim doesn't even say anything. He just drops his head.
I can only ask one important question. Dickhead.
Good question.
Oh. Oh fuck! I actually don't know. I don't know what to ask. I've got questions, but I don't know which one. I don't know. Nah, fuck Chuck. He's fine. We're asleep probably, and we're probably dreaming this shit. Chuck's fine. He's just probably watching us and be like, "Oh, you're awake." Nah, fuck you, Chuck. Fuck you, dickhead. Where's my mum?
Are you saying this in character?
No.
Oh,
Where's my mother?
okay.
That's all his internal monologue.
Okay.
Internal.
Okay. So he looks. His face drops slightly. Leoaver, I was expecting better of you. You were. Never mind. Listen. And he floats towards you. Your mother is somewhere. Not on your world, but somewhere even out of my view. But I sense her life.
Wait,
there
she's
is-
fucking alive. Wait, what?
There is a chance. And he turns and he heads back and looks at Raven.
I should have asked. I should have gone like, "Where's Chuck?" I should have done it.
Too late. You already slew Chuck tonight.
Can I redact?
No.
Chuck, really?
Raven, you're still frozen in place. He drops you back to your feet. What are you gonna do? What you gonna ask?
Why did you?
He looks at you, very confused. He kind of like puts his hand out and like moves it in a circular motion as if to say, finish a goddamn sentence.
What, Jamie?
What was that?
Yours. Why would you show me his death?
What?
Ah,
Why would you show me his death? That's what he said.
yes.
Oh, okay.
Raven, you chose to see it. You picked the door. Deep down, you knew what would be on the other side of the door. I just needed you to see what you had caused. You are an animal. He says this in quite an aggressive tone, and then proceeds to turn and face Androgeus. Androgeus, my dear boy, show these kind gentlemen to the arena.
What?
And he steps to the side, and Androgeus takes a look at both of you, or all of you, and walks forward and opens the door. And as soon as he opens the door, you suddenly hear cheers, thousands of cheers, and like applause and excited people. You can't see what's going on from the angle you're at, but you hear that there's a lot of people on the other side,
Yeah, you do.
and he
Ooh,
heads
this
through
is-
the door.
Roll that.
So does
Sorry.
the other bloke. There you go. Carry on, boys.
The other bloke. You mean fucking God himself, apparently.
That man
Well,
is
the
gonna
cool
pain in my
on
fucking
Rozes.
neck.
Fulgrim's not going to say anything. He is just going to look at the floor.
Oh yeah, poor Fulgrim.
Roses come
Well,
by,
then-
taps them on the shoulder. There.
Rose is gonna be like, sorry, Fulgrim. I feel like this is kind of partially our fault. But I think we have to go into that arena.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. And I'll follow.
Fulgrim, come on, snap out of it, man. We've got to get that prick.
I don't think we need to get him. I don't think we can get him. I don't think it's gonna work like that.
Fucking nonsense.
Let's go.
Okay. So
Oh fuck! Sorry, Raven.
poor Raven. Oh,
he's still frozen.
okay. You all head through the door and you emerge in what I can only describe to you as a gigantic Roman Colosseum.
Oh.
And in the center of the Colosseum, well, it's very sandy, and in the center of the Colosseum there is racks with all of your stuff on.
Oh, thank fuck.
And however,
Oh no, they're gonna make us all fight.
straight ahead of
Battle
you,
Royale!
you see like where from like a Colosseum, the Roman or the Emperor's like seat would be, and up there you see the man wearing black from just a second ago. He's sat in his chair, and he's applauding you. And right next to him is his Minotaur Androgeus. And as you look around, you see thousands of people. You've never seen so many people in one place at a time. And they're all clapping, they're all cheering. And they're just applauding you. And that's...
Rozes is doing a curtsy.
One last thing you see is just below where Androgeus and his boss are sitting is a man hanging from two chains on either of his hands, from either side of the little canopy balcony thing. And you notice this is Chuck, and that is where we're going to end this episode.
Jesus Christ!
Uh,
Fuck that guy.
Got
Fuck
to watch out.
that guy. This is
Check out.
not my god is not disappointed in me.
Well,
This is bullshit.
What was the right question?
This is fucking bullshit.
This was getting me.
This is
Dylan,
yes.
be honest. If I had asked about Chuck, would it have been better?
I don't know. I can't tell you.
I am
fuck, man?
not violent. I am not a fucking. I hate this. I hate this so much. I'm not fucking violent.
Wait, why is Fulgrim considered violent? He doesn't
Just
start any fights.
because I fucking attacked those goblins once.
Oh wait, is that it?
I'm pretty sure, like every other scout out to see what we should do. The fucking violent one is Raven.
Nah, I think it's more me, my guy. I mean, I ruthlessly fucking went for those hillbillies.
Yeah, exactly. What did I do?
To be fair,
Actually, the biggest shit stirrer.
I've only ever fucking done anything in self-defense.
it was you and Quest. Leoaver and Quest were the worst, but Quest is now gone, so...
Yeah, it was. It was
No. So we had to put the blame on.
Alright, I'm stopping the recording now. Okay, goodbye. Thank you.